Prices you'll love. eBay, things people love.
Your home for Villanova basketball is WDAS and WD273D, Fox Sports Radio Philadelphia. Now, your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, GRAND. That's GRAND. Enter it now.
FoxPHLGambler.com. Once again, FoxPHLGambler.com right now.
Big game and even bigger bets. Tackling all the props, spreads, and value plays in between. You're listening to the Daily Ticket with Tom Brace, right here on The Gambler.
How about our quarterback? How about our quarterback? He's a stud. He is a stud. I knew he was going to play that way. I knew it. Don't doubt him. All he does is win.
All he does is win, baby. Hopefully he's got one more in him. Good afternoon. It's Wednesday. We're getting closer. Can you feel it? Can you taste it? Can you smell it? I'm sure if you're down there, you could probably smell Bourbon Street. And if you've ever been to Bourbon Street, I'm sure you can envision what that smell is at this point in time. Enough of that. Folks, right from the jump, we're bringing in a true degen. This man knows a thing or two when it comes to wagering on all sports. One of my favorite out there, Sean the Money Green, diehard Eagles fan. Catch him on VSIN on Friday nights, the sports gambling podcast. He does it all. Sean, thank you, man. I appreciate you joining us. Of course, you're over there in a different time zone, and you just heard our weather report. So 30 degrees now and snow tomorrow. So hopefully you're having a little bit better weather in your forecast of the next couple of days there.
Yeah, hopefully we have a Birds win on the forecast. That's what I'm really locked into. Who cares about the wintry mix? Let's get that win down in New Orleans. Yeah, I mean, here in Sirianni, there's always been a lot of reports about him and Jalen's relationship, but that was great to hear that. And, Sirianni's taken a ton of flack this season, which is crazy considering his win-loss record. I've been critical of him at times, but honestly, since the bye week, I've had really no major gripes with Sirianni. And I'll say this about Sirianni. There hasn't ever been like a, get up, ready for play. I don't know, man. Like he does get these guys ready. Like, yes, there was that collapse in 2023, but, looking back in hindsight, I think some of that was schematically with the coordinators, throw those guys under the bus. But also it was just the year after losing the Super Bowl is tough. Look at the 49ers. They didn't even make it to the playoffs. So, the Sirianni era has been really good. And if he wins Sunday, does he go down? Does he lock up best Eagles head coach of all time? It's crazy to think that, but I think you could already start having those questions. I'm getting ahead of myself. Go Birds.
No, I love it. And this is what we are bound to do, of course, with the fact that the Super Bowl is here and we've had a week and a half to talk about this game in every which way. And we're going to do that coming up here in just a second. Bottom line is, Sean, yes, diehard Eagles fan. And you brought up Nick Sirianni, and I raised my hand on that too as well. Like I allowed last year to bleed into this year. Full disclosure. And it was tough to let that go. And of course, the loss against the Falcons, the way that one played out, it just was so hard to lose that game, and he managed to do it. But on top of it, Sean, we knew how good this team was. Potential. Like that's where it starts and ends. So I allowed last year to bleed. But here's the difference, and I think you and I are in the same playing field when it comes to this conversation as well. We're allowed to have that opinion, to change our mind. We admit when we're wrong. Like there are plenty of gas bags out there to be like, Sirianni is still you don't
hate on him. Yeah,
you don't have that argument anymore. This guy is in another Super Bowl, and on top of it, which just leads us into, look, we're going to open it up, have some fun conversation, then we'll get into some wagers that you have locked in and that you're looking forward to for the big game 59. Jalen Hurts. The conversation about Jalen Hurts now is really like it's making me like dizzy, to be honest with you, because I understand how great those quarterbacks are at the top of the list. Like Lamar is incredible. Josh Allen, awesome. Mahomes in a different stratosphere than both of those guys, but at the same time, and Joe Burrow, man, you saw how great Joe Burrow really is this year. Defense was terrible. Already got to the Super Bowl. Only 2 quarterbacks ever beat Mahomes. It's Brady and Burrow in the playoffs. But to sit there and say on national TV, and there are like Dan Orlovsky isn't the only guy, but to sit there and say, like my co-host John Jansen, who he's going to be joining me at 3:30. Oh, he'll never be on that level. I can't get there. This guy's playing great football right now, Sean. And if he plays like he did in that NFC Championship game against the Commanders on Sunday, dude, you can miss me with that conversation. He's a great damn quarterback.
No, I mean, you mentioned, let's see, you mentioned Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes. Last I checked, those 4 quarterbacks, the last time, Jalen Hurts played them, he beat all 4 of them. And he beat the Baltimore Ravens in Baltimore. He beat the Bengals in Cincinnati. He beat Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City with that team and that offense that, yes, did fall apart, but I think he still gets credit for that win. And I'll say this, I was sitting with my buddy who's also an Eagles fan. We were watching that Ravens game. It was in the 3rd quarter. Eagles clearly needed a drive. He was a guy that was kind of more skeptical of Hurts and looked at me and like, this is a championship drive, he said to me out loud. Basically alluding like, hey, if Hurts is that big game guy, we got to see this big game drive here. And he saw it. He went in, they got the touchdown, they got the win in Baltimore. And I think, people look at like, hey, when did this season change? Cooper DeJean, the way he just took care of Derrick Henry, that was kind of like, to me, like, okay, this team, we knew they had the talent, but now this is kind of all coming together and beating a quality team like Baltimore in Baltimore. That to me was a sign like, hey, you have a championship caliber team. And let's go back to Jalen Hurts. Post-bye, it's been a different Jalen Hurts. And, yeah, sometimes it's been a little frustrating where maybe he's a little too conservative. Like, hey, Jalen, you can make that throw. You can make that throw, dude. I know you can. Let it rip. But in Jalen's credit, in his defense, when he doesn't turn the ball over, they win every game. And he's done a great job of protecting the football, not turning it over, taking the shots when needed. And, he verbalized it himself where he goes, don't confuse us not doing it with not being able to do it. And, against the Steelers, they needed to throw the ball more. They threw it. Against the Commanders, hey, there's going to be some passing opportunities. Threw the ball. And it's so funny. Everyone's the entire season, almost playoffs, end of the season, every big game, everyone goes to me, oh, well, Sean, they're going to load the box against Saquon Barkley, make Jalen Hurts beat him. And then they beat him, and then they get no credit. Let's talk about loading the box against Saquon. Has that worked? No, because if you load the box against Saquon, what you're doing is you're making a shorter distance to the second level. And when he hits that second level, if you don't tackle him, he's gone. Loading the box has been leading to these 350-plus explosive runs for Saquon Barkley. So please, Steve Spagnuolo, load the box against Saquon Barkley. Are they going to bring some run blitz? Sure they are. And that's why the read option has been so good. That quarterback keeper that they ran against the Rams, where he 45 yards to get the first touchdown going, to get that offense going, to get the link rocking. Why has Saquon been successful running? Well, one, Saquon's offense, awesome, right? Two,
Yep.
very good offensive line. But I would say that doesn't get talked about enough is that teams have to play Jalen's run. They have to stay honest on Jalen keeping the ball, and that's created awesome opportunities for Saquon. So I'm in on Jalen Hurts. I've always been on him. I get it where people are upset it's not as pretty as other quarterbacks, but isn't that what we want in the city of Philadelphia? We don't want some pretty boy. We want a guy who cares about winning, who goes out there and just grinds his ass off. And, I'm optimistic about this game on Sunday, and I'm optimistic about the future with Hurts. Like, the guy's just a gamer, so.
Same. And, we're revisiting that conversation because I can't wait for Jansen to get in because we stumbled into it on Monday. And then on Tuesday, I catch the clip of Orlovsky talking about it with Stephen A. And I was just like, man, that's bothering me. Like, it is really because you play the game and I get it. Team success will take away from and lift you up in Jalen's case, but will take away like Joe Burrow's situation, right? Like his team was terrible, no doubt about it on the defensive side of the ball. And then you could flip there and say, well, if Joe Burrow was quarterback and he had A.J. Brown and this defense, then what are we talking about? So I get it. But then I have to think about guys like Troy Aikman, guys like Terry Bradshaw, guys that have won multiple. Like, do we ever remember those quarterbacks that they competed against like, from the standpoint of like, look, obviously you go back into the days of Troy Aikman and you think about the great 49ers teams, and they won a bunch with Montana and Steve Young. Over to the NFC East at that point in time, Mark Rippon did get over the hump, got a Super Bowl with the formerly known as the Redskins. But like at the end of the day, it's about winning championships.
Yes.
Like no one's talking about those other quarterbacks. You remember who got to the promised land. So if Jalen Hurts can do that on Sunday, like to sit there and say and be adamant that he can do nothing to get to the level of those other quarterbacks, I just think is completely wrong. Now, with that being said, I want to get into the game. Let's stay with Jalen Hurts, Sean, because you got MVP of plus 350, which I think is mispriced.
Yes.
Saquon is there for the taking for the people that believe Saquon is going to hit a couple home runs. That's fine. So I want to know your thoughts on the box score. This is a good question that I've been throwing out there for everyone that's going to wager on the big game 59. What's the box score as far as the most negative box score? Jalen Hurts would translate for a loss for the Birds. And then what's the ceiling for Jalen Hurts as far as box score on Sunday in your mind?
Yeah, I mean, get the negative out of the way. If Jalen Hurts fumbles, turns the ball over, and I think then, that's how they lose the game. I mean, why am I confident? Because I know he's going to take care of the football. I don't know if you saw that clip of him walking by a TV, and NFL Network had a debate as to who was more likely to throw an interception in the Super Bowl. And of course, they were making a case for Hurts. He looked at it and just gave like a look like, I don't know about that, dog. So, yeah, to me, his negative box score is the turnovers. And it actually might be passing yards, which I know the Hurts haters love to come at him for. Oh, the passing yards. Passing yards is you could make a case the most worthless stat in the National Football League. So it would probably be a lot of passing yards because they're playing from behind, because Jalen turned it over, got him a defensive touchdown, maybe 1-2 interceptions. That's a completely negative. To me, the positive game script is something like we saw against the Commanders, where he's maybe he gets 300, maybe it's like 260. He gets you 1 or 2 rushing touchdowns, 1 or 2 passing touchdowns, 3 to 4 total touchdowns resulting from Jalen Hurts. That to me is like a sweet spot. Maybe he gets you 5, right? Where he gets 3 passing, 2 running. That would be awesome. But I think the 3 to 4 range is a good goal, good spot. And, if you got Saquon, who's obviously odds-on favorite there to get into the end zone, he's probably good for 1 there as well. So, yeah, I think for him, it's about what he's been doing the entire season post-bye is efficient football, keeping it clean, nice completion percentage, throwing the ball when he has to, taking the deep shots to AJ, taking some deep stuff to Devontae, who I think is going to have a big game. So, yeah, I think best case scenario for him is like 270 passing yards, 70% completion percentage, 2 on the ground, and we'll call it 2 in the air.
Plus 550 for 2 touchdowns, Jalen Hurts. I said yesterday on the show, that's a mandatory
yes.
play.
Yes.
You have to have that.
I that's on my card right now. Because so many times, well, obviously the brotherly shove is unstoppable, but then whatever it is with this team too, they have a knack of getting down to that 1 yard line. And then also they love the QB draw inside the 10. You saw it against the Commanders. You saw it in the Super Bowl 57 against them. You saw it the last time they played the Chiefs. You're going to bring those run blitzes, Steve Spagnuolo, to knock out Saquon Barkley. The Jalen Hurts QB keeper, the design run, the read option, that's going to be there for this team. Love Hurts 2 touchdowns at plus 550. And I'm with you on MVP too. I don't even know if I'm going to play MVP because I don't want to be annoyed losing money when like Saquon Barkley is the MVP, which certainly I understand the case. To me, it should be way closer to even their pricing. But, if you're not as close to the situation value-wise, to have the quarterback of a team that's a 1-point dog in the Super Bowl at plus 350 on the money line, that's just good value. So
Sean the Money Green joining us here. Tremendous follow on all things socials. Does a bang up job on Friday nights over there on VSIN. Be sure to give him a follow at Sean T. Green and his whole crew. How's Kramer doing? How's Kramer? Now, see, you got to give us some insight on Kramer because he's definitely mouthy on the timeline.
Yes.
But I take it as busting stones. He's jealous. He's upset. Does he dislike the Eagles? Of course, but he's watching these games with you, though, right?
Oh yeah. Okay.
And
it's great. It's what makes our show fun. I think the dynamic between an Eagles fan and a Cowboy or a Giants fan, we both agree on hating on the Cowboys because obviously we both agree that Dallas sucks. But yeah, I mean, and for good show business, he throws out some bait to get me fired up, and I can't help myself.
He got me.
Yeah,
he got me in the Rams game. I was furious with the Rams game, and then they almost blew it.
I'm a fish and see that banjo minnow, and I'm like, I got to take a bite. I don't care if he's baiting me. I'll go after it. Because this team, for how successful they are, for how successful the team has been, how successful Sirianni has been, and how successful Jalen Hurts have been, they catch a ton of heat. So obviously this Super Bowl could change that a lot and would silence a lot of critics of Sirianni, of Jalen Hurts. Now, getting to Ryan, he's trying to talk himself into Jameis Winston. Maybe they'll trade for Matt Stafford. It's dark times for the Giants franchise, and I get it. Like if we had imagine, and probably the only thing you could compare it to is Carson Wentz. Imagine if Carson Wentz went to the Giants and then went on this magical run, like what that would do to you as an Eagles fan. You'd be like, oh, we took him number 2 overall, and now he's having a career year with our in-division rivals. So I get why he's, I mean, you could, he's not super excited to see the Eagles in the Super Bowl, but I think deep down, he appreciates Saquon in a happy place.
Yeah, he's still out there tweeting. He's talking about the Eagles are public dogs and they tend to have fleas. Yeah, he got me during that Rams game, and especially I fired right back when they went up double digits. I'm like, take that, Kramer, and then they almost blew it. Anyway, putting that one to the side, just one quick one on the Giants. The crime dog. What's the crime dog? The puppet. What the hell is his name?
Oh, Triumph.
Yeah, there you go. So he was at the Eagles Commanders tailgate. It was a great video. If you didn't see, you gotta catch it. The line from it though was, I think they should allow John Mara to come down to New Orleans and lift the Super Bowl trophy if Saquon does get the job done. I was like, dude, invite him up. Please.
That was great. Yeah, I mean, John Mara. Yeah, and then you got Saquon clowning him in those the mattress commercials. It's one thing to lose a great player like that, but for him to go to your division rival and have this kind of year, it's just rubbing salt in the wounds. I mean, it's just been rough times for the Giants. But yeah, John Mara, certainly, maybe we'll get him on the parade floats.
Yeah,
him and the author of Inner Excellence, they could both be celebrating the Eagles Super Bowl together.
All right, Sean. What about a DGen play? Give us something. What's your biggest play that you have? Are you lock, stock, and barrel on the Star Spangled Banner, the national anthem? Like, where are you at? True DGen play, big game 59.
So I'll give you some small, medium, and large stuff real quick here. So obviously I do love Devontae Smith's matchup. You look at how he's done against the Chiefs, 122, 99, 100 yards in 3 games. I think over 51.5, he's going to smash that. I also like his race to 20 yards. I played that in the NFC Championship game at 4-1. That hit. They're running it back here now at like 6-1 at some places. I think that's a good play as well because Hurts going to him early, him running like one of those 20-yard square routes and getting off to a nice start there. I could totally see that. And then the Chiefs, like they spread the ball around so much. I think he's got a good opportunity to get that first to 20 receiving yards. I'm co-signing your Hurts, the 2 touchdowns at plus 550. It's in some ways it's a low price, but the way the Eagles rush offense goes and the way they use them in the red zone, to me, it's not low enough. Plus 550 is a great price. For my DGen stuff, because of course,
I'm a degenerate.
Shout out to Mike Tomlin there with the, I'm a degenerate. I like Reed Blankenship to have an interception. You can get that at plus 775. And what if, and we've seen Reed Blankenship do this where he's iced the game a number of times. What if he gets one early in the first half and then he ices the game with the second interception? My long shot play of the Super Bowl, Reed Blankenship, 2 interceptions, 120-1. So
wow,
small sprinkle on that guy. interceptions that Mahomes throws goes to the linebackers and safeties. I don't think he's going to test Quinyon Mitchell. I would be surprised. So I think if the Eagles do get an interception against Mahomes, which I think they will, I think it's going to be a guy like Reed. Maybe it's Chauncey, but I'll roll the dice here with Reed getting one interception and maybe two at 120-1.
I'll tell you what, we've had some major movement in my my true DGen play here. The big bucket, the long shot. It was 36-1. It's now down to 28-1, and that's Jalen for 3 touchdowns.
Ooh,
so,
yeah, let's go.
DraftKings dropped it down to 28-1 at this point in time. Some money coming in, yeah. All right, final question for you, Sean. Can't thank you enough for hopping up, kicking off the show here on a Wednesday. As far as total score is concerned, do you think we're seeing some fireworks? Is there anything telling you that we're going to see some true defense played on both sides? Do you think the Eagles defense rises to the occasion, shuts down Mahomes in that offense? What is your thoughts on 48.5 at this point in time?
So yeah, I looked at both games. Obviously, I'm sure a lot of people have, but Super Bowl 57, and then the last time they played in KC. Last time they played in KC, 21-17. We all know the Super Bowl score, 38-35. Thank you, James Bradbury. Won't be seeing you on the field. To me, I think it's I got this game in between where it's like there's gonna be, I think, some good defense early. Again, a prop we always like to play in the Super Bowl, no score in the first 6 minutes. That's a pretty consistent one because teams start out slow, figuring things out. I could see some scoring in the second half. I think it's going to end up being like a weird total score, which is always fun for the squares. I got it Eagles 32, Chiefs 23. Last time the Chiefs lost against the Bills, they lost by 9. I think it happens again here in Super Bowl 59. So 9 is the margin of victory. Total going over, I'm on it, but I'm not going huge on the total because I think I could also see it like a 27-18 type, but 9-point win for the Eagles is my official play, and then 32-23 if you're tying me down to an exact score here.
Oh man, so good. So good. And hopefully that is exactly what transpires on Sunday. And we are obviously having ourselves a hell of a celebration next week with the parade, all that and more.
Look, knock on wood, baby.
Hey, look, you got to plan, right? You can't just, luck into these sort of things. And especially if you're the mayor of Philadelphia, misspelling Eagles, you got to get the parade route all mapped out, ready to go. So I respect it. Karma's the real thing. The football gods do exist, but this is a damn good football team that is ready to finish the story. Sean the Money Green, man, can't thank you enough for hopping up on here. We'll do it again after the Super Bowl. I look forward to catching you on Friday. As always, following you on socials at Sean T. Green. Give our best to Kramer and, tell him to have an extra Bud Light on me on Sunday because he's going to need it.
All right, man. Let it ride. Appreciate it.
There he is, my guy, Sean the Money Green, joining us on the Gambler stream. Good way to start the show. Jansen is going to join me in a couple minutes in studio as well. I did finish the story. The boys have been doing a bang-up job, man. I'm so proud of this team and what they've been able to do this week. We've been rolling out local programming from 3 o'clock to 10 o'clock at night, which is a huge step for us here on the station. We are a Fox Sports Radio affiliate. We run Dan Patrick. Cowherd's still under the weather. Didn't make the show today. That was surprising. I don't know what's going on. Hopefully that's just a little flu action, but we do know it's been well documented that he has had some health issues. So hopefully Uncle Colin's doing all right. I did not get a chance to catch the guys or the show, but Covino and Rich were in for him down on Radio Row. Oh, you got to love Radio Row. You got to love Radio Row. They're out there pumping everything from apps to, Sean Merriman's down there promoting his MMA league. There's a fight coming up in Long Beach he's promoting in New Orleans. It's like, all right, cool. Hey, man, Sean Merriman, he can do what he wants. So nice work there. But Radio Row, it was funny because I was watching the McAfee show. Fred Warner was on. I get in my car, Fantasy Channel, Fred Warner was on. I had to do something. I went, knocked something out real quick, got my car again, flip it to the chest. Fred Warner was on another Sirius satellite station. I was just cracking up. I'm like, all right, Fred Warner Radio. And the app he was pumping does something about subscriptions. Envision, I want to say, something along those lines, but and a hell of a ball player. Good interview with McAfee, but I didn't listen to the other two. Radio Row seems like there's a little bit of repetitiveness. Let's put it that way. All right, we got a lot going on today's show. All right, first and foremost, as I said, Jansen's going to be joining me coming up here a little bit later. We'll get into finish the story and what's coming up a little bit later tonight. Eagles at night, myself and Luke Arcani, and so much going on in the sports world. We're going to stay with the Philadelphia Eagles and the chess match that is at this point in time and where we're at. And the reason why I bring that up is because one thing I don't want to get lost in these conversations, like with Sean there, and you know, we're Eagles fans. Nobody's going to sit here and say that they're going to lose this game. I was asked this question over the weekend by a radio host that I did a hit with. He said, did you have more confidence in 57 or more confidence in this one? There's no doubt about it. I'm more confident this time around in 59. It's not to say that I didn't think that the Eagles were going to or weren't going to win in 57, but it just felt like, all right, they're a damn good team, but the Chiefs might be a tad bit better. Understood that many teams have said this before out loud, that they're a better team roster-wise, on paper. Yeah, Mahomes is Mahomes, but like it's been said, and majority of times it comes back to bite you. But there have been those few times that, like I said, only 2 times, Brady and Burrow. And in that Super Bowl against the Tampa Bay Bucks, we circled that offensive line and the issues that they were having going up against that defensive line with the Tampa Bay Bucks. It's going to give them a problem. I want to give all the love and respect to the San Francisco 49ers defense from last year. That was a great defense, top to bottom. The Eagles defense this year finished number 1 overall. That's number 1. It's the best defense all season long. And we pointed out the competition with the AFC North, those teams that they went up against and beat them all, swept the division. We pointed out what they went up against with the Commanders. And yeah, the Commanders did beat them that second time around, but Jalen Hurts got hurt. And if he doesn't get hurt, they don't lose that game. Stop it. The Falcons game at the beginning of the season, drop pass, should have been a victory. What else are we talking about here? This team is damn good, top to bottom. They are a better football team than the Kansas City Chiefs. On Sunday, they'll have to prove it, but if they play their game with that number 1 defense and Saquon Barkley, who, of course, led the NFL in rushing, and it's only happened one other time in NFL history since 1970 has a team rolled into the playoffs with the overall number 1 defense and the overall number 1 running back from the regular season. And that was the Dallas Cowboys in 92. They won it all. The Eagles could very well be the second team to do exactly that. I like them a lot. Money is coming in on the Eagles too, just to let you know. Now, the line is the line. The spread has not moved. But in some places, that money line, and some places, actually, the spread has moved, if I'm honest with you. But the DraftKings has not changed. Chiefs are currently a 1.5 favorite. 48.5 is our total. Money line, the money is coming in on the Eagles. It's now even money across the board. Yesterday, it dropped as low as minus 105 for the Birds. It was as high as plus 120 on Monday. So here we are. We're in the middle of the week. There will be a lot of average Joe money coming in on Friday and Saturday. So, like, if you ask me right now at where I think this number is going to go, I still think money's going to come in on the Eagles because people are looking at it the way I am. Mahomes is Mahomes, and we want to give him all the credit in the world, but he's been beaten before. And I think this Eagles defense is good enough and ready for the challenge. We'll see what they do on Sunday. Again, the chess match, though, getting buried in all of the bravado, if I could. And I don't want to do this, but we have to be real. Like, Spags is damn good. Spags is a Hall of Famer. Spags knows what to do. Spags will make you uncomfortable. He has great players from McDuffie to Jones, Karlaftis. Like, he's got great players on that defensive side of the ball. It's not going to be easy. It's not. Spags is inside their heads, like even right now, probably thinking like, hey, look, if this happens, we got to change our ways. Like as a guy that's sitting on the couch on Sunday, when they bring that zero blitz, is it get the ball to AJ, find AJ, allow him to go up and make a play, high point, Devontae's a great receiver at going up and getting it as well. What will be the break glass type of escape route when that blitz comes, and it's going to come, specifically in the red zone and at the end of the game? Spags is going to bring the house. What will the Eagles do then? It's such a chess match, and it's so appealing to sit back and try and break down in your head. And we all played Madden. Some of us still do. God bless your hearts. That wasn't a shot at you. I just wish I had the time to do so. With that being said, I'm just really curious on what the Eagles will do when that emergency is needed. Who's going to step up? Who is going to be the guy to make the play? Because I just don't know if Jalen Hurts avoiding the rush and stepping up in the pocket and escaping is the best plan of attack for when Spags does bring the house, specifically in the fourth quarter and in the red zone. We'll see. Is it Saquon out of the backfield, throw it, then you're living dangerously with the ball high in the air. So I'm just so intrigued with this chess match, and I want to open that up. A little X's and O's conversation with you out there. Get involved at Fox PHL Gambler. If you like anything Sean had, and we're in agreement with the Jalen Hurts 2 touchdowns, and that money continues to come in, the number continues to go down. Again, long shot, 5, 10, $25, whatever it is, 3 touchdowns. I know we are absolutely thinking that this is an Eagles victory with 3 touchdowns by Jalen Hurts, but then again, look at all the touchdowns they scored 4 and 57 and still lost. So anything is possible. We're going to have some fun today as John Jansen is entering the Thunderdome. We will talk all things Super Bowl 59 with him on the other side. And I'm going to pin his ass down about why he will claim that Jalen Hurts, regardless of the Super Bowl victory, will not be considered one of the top quarterbacks in the NFL next year. I have a hard time comprehending that. At the end of the day, you win a Super Bowl, you win me a Super Bowl, you are one of the best quarterbacks in the game. This isn't Trent Dilfer. This isn't Brad Johnson.
Eli Manning's not the best.
This isn't Eli Manning either.
Is Nick Foles the best?
This isn't Nick Foles.
Okay.
Put some respect.
Put
some respect. Oh, by the way, Eli Manning's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. I'm back on that train. More Daily Ticket after this.
Fox Sports Radio, The Gambler. Now, total traffic for Philadelphia.
Westbound Schuylkill Heavy, University to Vine, City to Belmont. Then Jan King approaching at 202 where the off-ramp is blocked due to a tractor trailer that lost its load. Eastbound Schuylkill delays Montgomery Drive to South. 95 northbound calling Girard to Coppman with a disabled vehicle. Fire to tell total traffic.
This report is sponsored by eBay. We all got a thing. Yes, even you. If you love fashion, car parts, trading cards, whatever you're into, it's on eBay. So go find the thing that keeps you up at night. eBay. Things people love.
On Saturday, February 22nd at 1:30 p.m. Eastern, it's the Pro Volleyball Federation's first All-Star match. The league's biggest stars will clash in a can't-miss event hosted in the Indy metro area, home of the Indy Ignite. Catch every serve, spike, and save live on CBS. Don't miss this historic showdown of volleyball's finest. The Pro Volleyball Federation All-Star Match on February 22nd at 1:30 p.m. Be there.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go, shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Looking for the ultimate plan for Sunday's game? Dave & Buster's has everything you need to make your game day super. Enjoy massive TVs, next-level food and drink deals, and unlimited video games for just $20. Ice-cold $5 domestic drafts all day long. Fuel up with 20 delicious wings for just $20, spicy or sweet. Don't miss the best game day party in Philadelphia. Head to Dave & Buster's for unbeatable fun, food, and drinks. Let the game begin.
Monster BTK, the latest installment of the critically acclaimed Monster franchise, exposes the chilling story of one of America's most infamous cases that shook Wichita, Kansas to its core.
When people said BTK, you think of a wild-eyed Manson-like character. What we didn't understand is he was the guy next door.
Listen to Monster BTK on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Monster BTK to start listening.
We rely on our cars a lot, but maintenance or breakdowns shouldn't slow us down. Say hello to Cruisin', your complete car care solution. Download the Cruisin' app to quickly order roadside assistance for flats, jump starts, lockouts, and more. You can even request mobile oil changes and car detailing, all from a peer-to-peer network of trusted help. Download the Cruisin' app and discover car care redefined. Go to CRUZEN app.com. Cruisin', complete auto care at your fingertips.
Want to play a game with me and Dad?
Mommy's not feeling good.
You need to vaporize that cold.
Vaporize?
Yeah, with Dayquil VapoCool. It's Dayquil plus a rush of Vicks vapors.
Whoa.
Come on, honey. Let's let mommy rest.
You guys are amazing. And so is Dayquil VapoCool.
Dayquil VapoCool, the vaporizing daytime coughing, aching, fever, power through your day medicine. And to vaporize sore throat pain, try Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Favorite station, preset. Favorite artist, preset. Favorite podcast, preset.
We know you're loving the new preset feature on the new and improved iHeartRadio app. See it now, along with even more great features. It's everything you love about your car radio in the palm of your hand.
ZipRecruiter is the place. ZipRecruiter is the place for talented teachers, savvy software developers, and master mixologists. ZipRecruiter is the place where you meet all these people and more. That's because ZipRecruiter is the place for job seekers who are looking for new opportunities. In fact, ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day, so you can find the right candidates right away. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Hey, man, you all right? Need me to call 911? No. Call Top Dog Law. Get top dollar for your accident at topdoglaw.com. Once again, that's topdoglaw.com. Let's go, Jansen.
Yo, look at that Wings hoodie you got on.
You like that generic bed too?
I do.
Sounds like a Home Depot commercial. I used that joke earlier. You know what Luke said?
A Home Depot or like a Toyota Tundra?
Yeah.
Type of thing, yeah.
Luke also said that it sounded like a Dude Perfect intro. Luke was a big Dude Perfect guy. Like, you know, Luke's a tad younger than all of us. Not too much younger than you.
True. I can't make fun of him too much for that.
He's not that much younger than you, though. Well, you're 30.
I'm 30. I'm turning 31 this year, Brace.
Wow.
You knew me as a 25-year-old lad.
Yeah, dude, I'm old.
Yeah,
I'm old as
Brace,
that, man.
we are old.
You're not
just
old.
you. We're
30. 30's
dude,
a great age.
I'm getting there.
30s. I heard Troy Vincent today from the NFL Players Association talk about he's down in Radio Row, so you know what it is. Everyone's pitching something. Scrub Daddies to apps to this. Shout out to Scrub Daddy.
I love Scrub Daddy.
Yeah, I use a Scrub Daddy every day.
Yeah, I do too. It's great.
Who doesn't? So with that, Troy Vincent was like, "Yeah, our most important thing is to make players aware what life is like when they turn 40." And I was like, "Well, I'm in the car. I'm like, whoa, dude! Like, all right, 40. Take it easy. How about 55? How about 65? And God bless you folks that are up there.
Yeah,
in
but
age.
they're on athlete time. You know, their bodies went through a lot of trauma.
That's true.
Every single week. You know, you didn't. I mean, unless you were taking hits like that every week.
No, definitely.
Yeah, your clock's not ticking maybe as fast as theirs in terms of being able to stay physically active and do things.
Mm-hmm. All right,
you're a healthy man,
great.
Sean Brace.
I'm in good shape right now, man. I'm doing well. I got Got a doctor's appointment for a physical coming up in 2 weeks.
Heck yeah.
Haven't had a yearly physical in like 2 years.
There is one point, though, I thought you were breaking down because, like, you had the nerve, whatever, you had the pinched nerve or whatever.
That was last 2 summers ago.
Yeah, it was 2 summers ago. Yeah, something like that. And you were, I was like, man, this is what turning 40, I guess.
Bad shape.
But you've come out of that much, much better.
I'm feeling good.
Yeah.
I have a little issue with my toe right now. Yeah, my
What's wrong
toe.
with the toe?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, so I get up out of bed on Monday, and like my toe, or underneath my foot, like where the toe, the right pinky toe is, all that. I'm like, oh, I stepped on something. I'm like, something's on my foot, and there was nothing on the bottom of my foot. And then I kept walking. I'm like, wait, something's going on. Like, wait, is there a hair wrapped around my toe? And I went, and there's nothing.
What?
The issue is it's a ligament. There's something wrong with my toe, my ligament in my toe.
You pulled a ligament in your toe?
Well,
in your pinky toe?
Dude.
How did you do this?
Being old. This is what happens.
Oh, this is
yeah, man.
Pulling ligaments in your pinky toe is
Trust me, man. You're walking down the street one time, and next thing you know, your knee cracks a different way. It just, these things aren't, there's no explanation for these things other than the fact that, you get old.
I can't believe you just went down a whole like pinky toe story.
Well, I know this because like me and Ronnie Lott and I have something in common, as you can see on the stream. So
what is that?
That's me making a fist. So I can't make a fist with that finger.
Oh, yeah.
Because when I played high school football, a quarterback ran around the side, and I went and made the tackle for my free safety position. I horse collared his ass, which would get me a 15-yard penalty. Now, but
very
so
illegal.
I took him down, right? And then when I got up, my hand was completely numb, and I'm like, what? Whoa, what's going on? So I go to the sideline, boom, they tape up the fingers, whatever. Go see the doctor in midweek, and the doctor's like, yeah, you tore a ligament that goes up to your finger, and it's now living down here in the palm of your hand. And he said, there's 2 options. You can be done with with your senior season, and we can remove, or we can go to surgery and we can fix it, or you just continue to play and we tape that bad boy up. And that's the decision I made right there. Come on, Paul George. Where are you at?
Now, again, I have told you that we have been together since I've been a 25-year-old lad.
Yes.
I've heard that story a lot. I don't know it's radio, though. I know it's radio that, you don't always have the same audience. How often do you tell that story, though?
Not many. Not much.
Not much? Okay.
I haven't
I didn't
told
know if that was like a war story that you give of like, this is why my finger is all messed up.
Ronnie Lott.
This was like my football gridiron story that I got.
It's Super Bowl week. I'm going to start telling that story every Super Bowl week from here on out.
We all have a sports story that we love telling to relive the glory years, and I feel like that's yours. I don't know what mine is.
That is
because I don't have very many, but that is definitely yours.
They said to me
when you're talking about Sean Brace playing football back in the day, playing athletics. That's what it is. Brace tore a ligament in his finger. Guess what? Still played. Didn't take surgery.
Said no surgery.
So when Ben Simmons goes like, "Oh, I need surgery," you go, "No, you don't. I didn't get surgery."
Paul George is the perfect example.
Oh, there you go, Paul George.
Paul George.
Yes.
Is the perfect example.
You can actually see. You're one of those people that say, "Well, I didn't get the surgery, so why is Paul George
high school football
getting the surgery?"
Still to this day, the kids make fun of me on the playground because I got a little index finger that won't close.
Excuse me?
No, I'm joking.
Okay.
It's actually a ring finger.
Playground. You were a senior.
No, I can't. No, yeah, it's funny, but that's why it has the same similar feel. So that's why I'm like, did I screw a tendon up in my toe? And no, I'm not playing high school football. I'm sure as hell not getting surgery to fix that either. So hopefully something changes, but whatever. All right, enough of that nonsense. Come on, this ain't Radio Row. We're not over here, pumping anything and everything. And
oh my gosh, Radio Row,
so repetitive down there. I heard Fred Warner on 3 different channels. On like a 40, and
did he give the same like script at the same time?
To be honest with you, it was the same questions to him though.
Does he?
Robert Saleh, what happened this year? What's your relationship with Brock Purdy? Like the same questions McAfee and company. He was the first one to do it. I was watching McAfee when he started his show, and Warner comes out. And I love Fred Warner. Fred Warner is just a menace on the field. Love him. but it like had nothing to do with his pitch, had everything to do with the questions he was asked. And then I get in the car and Fantasy Channel had him on. Same questions. And then I had to do something. I think I got a cup of coffee, ran into
Go
to
back,
Giant.
Fred Warner.
And
Different
he's
channel.
on Mad Dog. And then literally he was being asked the same questions again. I'm like, dude, what? Like, do they have the scripted questions? Anyways.
They might. They might have some things, but
yeah.
I mean, look, it's all the same producer, especially if it's the same channel like that. A lot of the same producers and stuff. Maybe they're giving them the same questions. I have no idea.
Yeah. All right.
But pretty boring stuff, to be honest with you. I actually I'm done with all NFL. I hate opening night. Opening night's a clown show. It's stupid. Like, it's not fun anymore. It's just people being dumb. And for content creators just to like stroke their ego, good for them. I don't care. I'm getting nothing out of it. Radio Row, again, content creators just to stroke their ego. That's it. We get nothing out of it. There's nothing of substance.
No.
It's just to go, here, I'm standing next to this really famous person. Let's have a photo. And then
there really isn't anything.
There's
of substance.
nothing.
Now,
Nothing.
now, hang on, though. First of all, we know that at the end of the week, that's when the bigger guests get there. So let's see what happens before you go blowing it all up.
And then what's going to happen? You're going to hear the same questions for like
Yes and no.
whoever this famous person is.
Yes and no. We'll see what happens. Again, I give some credit to
And
some
all they're
big
going to be
names.
doing is trying to sell you like Cheetos or something. I have no idea.
Well, a little bit of jealousy that we're not down there, but it is what it is. We got
Really?
we got big things coming up here, especially on
I don't know.
Friday.
There was Dave's Hot Chicken that came in the studio, so I don't really know if I'm that. Yeah, I don't know if I'm that jealous.
Dave's Hot Chicken come
I
back
didn't
in
have
tomorrow
it.
too.
I need to come tomorrow. I've been meaning to get Dave's Hot Chicken.
they brought-
Apparently, it's like the best hot chicken you can get.
They brought
I love hot
so much chicken yesterday that I sent Beef home with a full ring of sandwiches because he's, Beef's bunch. He's got 5 dudes in that house. They tweeted it out.
So that was enough for like a snack, probably.
No, they said we got dinner for a week. It was great.
A week,
Yeah.
5 dudes in that house and
Oh,
dinner
man,
for a week. Come on.
those boys are on liquid diets.
Come
You know
on.
that.
Get out of here. That'd be like
Hector.
a nighttime snack for me. And then me.
It's the Hector house, man. They're really
what?
good. The Hector house.
You know the name of the house?
Yeah, it's what's on.
Have you stepped foot in this house?
Yes. Matter of fact,
Have you really?
I have it in a little while. I got to make my my appearance again because I want to. They play college football.
Was that like reliving the glory? I mean, that's
There
like
was-
that's like a frat house. Even I would step into that going, man, I am not used to this anymore.
My wife said something along the lines of like, "Don't you feel weird?" I'm like, "No, I didn't." No, because at the end of the day,
You're just there watching ball.
watching ball.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Yeah, exactly.
I just meant more of like, it is a frat house. I'm sure there's like things all over the place. And like, it's just 5 dudes hanging out.
No.
Not to say like they're dirty. It's just, that's what it is. 5 dudes hanging out watching sports.
I got news for you. Everyone's got mice this time of year.
Oh,
all
no,
right?
it's not that. It's just like, I remember when I was in college and we have those houses.
Well, they're not
like,
in college anymore. They're
big-
graduates. They're
but
professionals.
still, how out of college are they? Come
I
on.
don't know.
If you're still rooming with 5 dudes, are you really out of college?
Look, we all got to take steps in life, okay? So the boys are doing it well, and they did it in the right place in Conchi. So good luck to them.
I'm doing the next move. I'm moving further away from Philly. That's how old I am now.
You're out
Like
there.
I'm moving to Delaware now.
You're in media. Are you really moving to
Yes,
Delaware?
I'm moving to Brandywine, Delaware.
Why?
Because it was affordable, A, and B, it's like,
Are you
it's a
really
little far
moving?
away.
You're moving to Delaware.
Yeah, Brandywine, Delaware. Yeah.
When?
Sometime this month.
Are you serious?
Yes. Yeah. What's wrong with that?
Isn't that a little bit of a hike?
It's a little bit, but
from Brandywine, Delaware to
I'm
here.
completely. I'm used. It's fine. I'm good. But it was just like farther away from the city. So
Who are you
great.
moving with?
A couple friends, same friends that I've always been rooming with.
Huh.
But
How
as
close is it
keep
to
moving-
Dewey? How close is it to Dewey?
That's a good question. I don't know.
See, I like it. I'm a Delaware Beach guy.
Are you really?
Yeah,
I haven't
love
really
Del-
done the Delaware
Oh,
Beach
I
thing.
love Delaware beaches. Rehoboth, Dewey.
I've only done the Jersey Beach thing.
Bear. I love Delaware beaches.
Yeah, I've heard do it like Rehoboth. I heard it's pretty good, right?
And then,
What
you
else?
go down, boom. Next thing you're in Ocean City, Maryland. It's great. It's perfect. And
Ocean
if you
City,
want,
Maryland's
if you
all right.
want,
Ocean
you could
City,
take
Maryland's all right.
you could take the Cape May, the ferry from Rehoboth, I think, or Dewey, right? One of those places to Cape May. It's great. It's perfect. You take the car if you want. I did that once.
Did you really?
Matter of fact, when I did that, I joined Twitter. That was back in 2009. All right, keep it moving here. Let's go.
Ancient times.
Yes, it was. So
We did just bring up the 76ers, and I do have some stuff on them.
Oh.
We'll save
Don't get me in the studio. Just talk about the Sixers.
We'll save the Sixers. They don't deserve the conversation. But yesterday was a fun
I
win.
don't deserve that.
That was
I
a
did
fun
not. I did
win.
not come here to talk about the Sixers.
It was a fun win to be a part of yesterday. I'm telling you, man. It was cool to see Joel Embiid
But did you
out
see
there.
that KJ Martin trade though? Top notch stuff. Great stuff.
Look, this season's it's a wash. So you got to do what you got to do to get across the finish line. And if you want to save some money because you own another franchise, then that's cool. I have no issues with that. But again, it's all about Joel Embiid. He looked great back out on the floor yesterday. Will he be okay the next game up or a week from now? Probably not. But it was still fun to see the 76ers come away with that victory against the Dallas Mavericks. But you're right. It is all about the Super Bowl. And, of course, Super Bowl 59, many storylines coming our way. I was just talking about the chess match where I just did not want to underestimate a guy of Steve Spagnuolo's caliber and what he's been able to do as far as his resume is concerned. But I'm curious where you stand on the conversation with the line movement and what it will become 5 o'clock on February 9th. It is now February 5th, so we got a few days here on Wednesday. What will this number be showing on DraftKings Sportsbook 5 p.m. on Sunday? Currently, Chiefs are a 1.5 favorite, 48.5. Money coming in on the Birds, though. It dropped as low as minus 105 yesterday on the money line. Even money today. Do we continue to see that trend? Do the average Joes get on the Eagles, or do you think the Chiefs are going to be the play over the weekend?
I think the Eagles are going to be the play, actually, but I don't see that line moving all that much. Isn't this kind of where you would want to be as the books or as a sports book, right? You're getting, like, if the Chiefs win, you're making money. I think sports books are fine with that. I don't think they're going to move the spread at all. So I think it's going to end up being 1.5. But I do think it's still going to be primarily in favor of the Eagles when all of the bets and money do come in at the end of the week. Obviously, we're going to get a surge towards the end of the week. And once we get into the weekend, I still think it's going to be mostly Eagles money coming in for the most part. They're the better team. I think it's pretty clear they're the better team. And this happened last week too, or a couple weeks ago in the AFC Championship game, that, I mean, the Chiefs weren't the team bet on the most or had all the money on them. It was Buffalo. So there's definitely a bit of doubt for Kansas City coming into these games that they aren't the best. They're in these close games, and the Eagles, I think, are a better case than Buffalo. Well, they're definitely a better team than Kansas City.
Doubting the Kansas City Chiefs.
I didn't say doubt. It's not doubting. It's understanding what they are. I think it's smart. I think it's understanding. The Chiefs aren't playing unbelievable football. They're winning because they have a really talented, amazing, generational quarterback and a head coach that is very smart too, and Andy Reid, and a defensive coordinator that's really smart, and some players on the defensive side that are good. Like, there are things to like about Kansas City, but the overall picture leans heavily towards the Eagles because they have the number one defense. They have like a top 7 offense in the NFL, a bunch of skill position players. Like, they're going to dominate most likely in the offensive and defensive fronts, which people like that a lot. There's just in a lot of key areas. Yeah, the Eagles are a better team. And I think people do take notice of that. So it's not doubting them. I think it's just correctly assessing that they aren't the better team. But the problem is, most of the time with this is Kansas City doesn't necessarily have to be the better team to win.
All right. We shall see how this one's going to play out. John Jansen now joining us in studio. Next hour, we got some other odds and ends that we will hit. We're going to get into a big picture conversation about what it is in a successful quarterback that exactly you want. And we have to bring up the 76ers.
Maxey has the ball on the right side. 90 shoot. Yabu gets it down to Joel. He gets it. He banks it down low, right and in.
Dude, that was great. Joel Embiid back, triple-double, game 1. Tweets out after the game, man. Hopefully I can.
So when's the next time he's going to play? Like,
it doesn't matter,
weeks,
Jansen.
3 weeks.
Doesn't matter.
It does, though. It does matter.
Hey, again, as I said to the boys last night,
in order to win the games,
can we just
play the game?
Can we, and this is for me personally too, can we just tune in and enjoy what it is? It's just one victory. It was one game, one night. You're not playing a full season last night, right? It was only one game against the Dallas Mavericks. They won. It was an enjoyable experience, and I can't say that's happened too often this season when I've tuned in to watch our Philadelphia 76ers play. I'd play the song, but I'd probably get a DMCA violation.
It's a bad song.
Yes, it is. Can we put it like
I'm done.
I've been calling for that song to be dismissed for years now. First of all, I was a part of the show that brought it back. Let that be stated from the jump. John Marks was the man who brought that song back in the run. Just point blank.
Your second favorite, John.
He brought it back, okay? And then everybody else, and then the organization picked up on it. They played it. That was after the process area, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, so I never heard it until Marks brought it up. And then next thing you know, everybody was playing it, which was cool. And then the team picked it up. But I am so out on Kate Smith going, play the song, Gala. Play the song. We got 19 wins. It's January 27th. I'm not playing a damn thing. It's a daily ticket. Other side.
Let him know, Bryce.
We're going to have some
no
fun
more
here.
Song.
No more
Should we
song.
start that hashtag? No more song?
No more song. I like that. Yeah, hashtag no more song. Daily take back after this.
Grease the polls because Bourbon Street has officially turned midnight green.
How about our quarterback? I knew he was going to play that way. I knew it. Don't doubt him. All he does is win.
All things Big Game 59 right here on The Gambler.
The Gambler and Gary Barbera on the Boulevard want to put $1,000 in your hand. Keep it locked right here to The Gambler for your chance to win $1,000, all courtesy by our friends over at Gary Barbera on the Boulevard. Each weekday, that's 9 times a day, you'll hear a keyword at the top of the hour, and you could win $1,000. So, is The Gambler and Gary Barbera the best? Boy, I guess.
Gary Barbera's Super Gold to stay in control of the most cheap sold for $16,666. Right, Brandon Graham?
Boy, I guess.
Boom, shakalaka.
Cheats, cheat. Coach Sirianni, is Barbera the best? Boy, I guess. Go Birds.
I know, yeah, that was still
.com. Hey, Sean Brace here for DraftKings Sportsbook. Now, this ain't the little itty-bitty, teeny-tiny bowl. Now, this is the Super Bowl 59. And it's time for you to get in on the action at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of Super Bowl 59. Score touchdowns. That's the key. The hoisting the Lombardi Trophy. And you can score big by betting on them at DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 place to bet touchdowns. It's simple. Last time that these two teams matched up back at Super Bowl 57, we got fireworks. This time around, I'd be shocked if we didn't see two aggressive offenses on Sunday in Super Bowl 59. New DraftKings customers, listen up. You can bet just $5 to get $200 in bonus bets. All you have to do is just download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use promo code BRACE. That's code BRACE for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. When you bet just $5. Now, it's only at DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus, Pennsylvania only. Eligibility restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
Wesley is a truck driver.
I drive a truck, and I love what I do.
A truck driver with IRS troubles.
They told me I owed them $43,000.
It got really bad.
Quite a few letters in the mail. They were talking about wage garnishment, coming after my house, my car. Yeah, they don't play around. I seriously thought that I was going to lose everything.
One sleepless night, Wesley finally made a call to Optima Tax Relief at 2 a.m.
Kind of figured I'd get a machine, but I didn't. I actually got to talk to an actual person in the middle of the night.
He found just what he was looking for.
Oh, they were great people. You need a team of people that know what they're doing. Optima Tax, they know what they're doing.
Optima Tax Relief came through with flying colors.
I saved an incredible amount of money. Happy don't even come close. I was absolutely overjoyed.
Take Wesley's advice.
If you're in any kind of trouble with the IRS, call Optima Tax Relief. Don't trust anybody else.
Call Optima for a free consultation. Call 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
The county just requested more electric charging stations.
Orders have really amped up at Able Electric.
We need 3 more at First and Main, and we just got another hotel chain.
It's no shock. Able Electric needs able electricians.
Grocery store wants charging stations too.
And fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Put our matching platform to work so you can spend less time searching and more time connecting with talented candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Swapping out your tires, there's nothing like it. With eBay, you find the feel you're looking for. From smooth highway rides to grip for rough terrain. Get all the tires you need at prices you'll love. eBay, things people love.
Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network, presented by DraftKings Sportsbook.
The 76ers look to stack another win tonight. They'll host Miami. Philly's on the second leg of a back-to-back. They beat Dallas to stop a 2-game skid. Villanova's back on the hardwood tonight. They're at DePaul. The Wildcats have dropped 3 in a row after that loss to Creighton in the final seconds this weekend. And it's Super Bowl weekend coming up with the Eagles taking on the Chiefs. And current DraftKings line is plus 165 for A.J. Brown to score any one touchdown. I'm Scott Davidson.
Super Bowl 59 is set, and it's going to be big. You can score big with DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 place to bet touchdowns. New customers download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code SPORTS to get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. That's code SPORTS, only on DraftKings. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 and over. Pennsylvania only. Eligibility restrictions apply. New customers only. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
Fox Sports Radio, The Gambler. Now, total traffic for Philadelphia.
Getting busy on the Vine Expressway both ways. Schuylkill 95 northbound jam Vine Expressway up past Bridge from an earlier disabled vehicle. Schuylkill westbound off-ramp to 202 and 422 blocked. Tractor trailer lost its load. All right, to tell total traffic.
This report is sponsored by Jackson Hewitt. It matters who does your taxes. Jackson Hewitt makes taxes feel like a yacht rock song. Get your max tax refund guaranteed, and new customers get $100 to switch. Don't miss the boat. Book an appointment with experts today. Limited time offer for new clients. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com.
On Saturday, February 22nd at 1:30 p.m. Eastern, it's the Pro Volleyball Federation's first All-Star match. The league's biggest stars will clash in a can't-miss event hosted in the Indy metro area, home of the Indy Ignite. Catch every serve, spike, and save live on CBS. Don't miss this historic showdown of volleyball's finest. The Pro Volleyball Federation All-Star Match on February 22nd at 1:30 p.m. Be there.
Febreze. As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust Febreze car vent clips, featuring 3 distinct intensity settings, because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing. Which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up, Oscar!
La, 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 la. The county just requested more electric charging stations.
Orders have really amped up at Able Electric.
We need 3 more at First and Main, and we just got another hotel chain.
It's no shock. Able Electric needs able electricians.
Grocery store wants charging stations too.
And fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Put our matching platform to work so you can spend less time searching and more time connecting with talented candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
My son loves to fly kites, but my active psoriatic arthritis can sometimes hold me back. Now with Skyrizi to treat my skin and joints, I'm ready to go. Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults, helps with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. For those who also have plaque psoriasis, 90% clearer skin is possible with just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
With Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi today and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
Your home for Villanova basketball is WDAS and WD273D. Fox Sports Radio Philadelphia. Now, your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Check. That's check. Enter it now.
FoxPHLGambler.com. Once again, FoxPHLGambler.com right now. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I want to give a shout out as I'm hitting the wrong damn button here. Get a hold of yourself, Brace. Let's go.
Yeah, stop eating over there.
It was good. Jaime's.
It smells good.
Jaime's. Mega lega hi, mega Jaime ho. HYMIES.com.
Is that on the paper that you had to read?
That was
What
good,
What
man.
did you just say?
Mega lega hi, mega Jaime ho.
Is that just you? Is that you ad-libbing? What was that?
That's from Pee Wee Herman.
Oh, okay.
Pee Wee's Playhouse.
I haven't dabbled into Pee Wee's Playhouse too much.
What's a good movie you've seen lately?
I saw one last night that I really loved.
You saw 2 movies last
I saw 2. So Everybody's All Over Companion, which is like a horror movie, and it's by the people that made Barbarian. And Barbarian was such like a big phenomenon that like this is now the same people, and they're making another movie, and it fell flat for me. It was so predictable and dumb and stupid, not even funny. I did not like it at all. But then I saw Presence, and that was really good. It's like a ghost story. And it's used where the camera is essentially the point of view of the ghost. And it's this presence that they feel in the room, in the house.
Ooh.
It's a really interesting story. It's only an hour and 25 minutes. So it's a very short runtime. But I really loved the kind of layers that they had into that with that ghost story. It was awesome. It was a really good movie.
Well, good. I'm glad you enjoyed the 2.
Everyone should see Presence.
And we appreciate you finally returning our text too. Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, I was in the movies. I can't look at my phone.
I know.
I was a companion though. I could have just looked at my phone. Who cares?
That's all right. John Jansen, Sean Brace with you here. 4:00 hour, Daily Ticket, rolling on.
You want any Oscars predictions?
Well, I look forward to getting into that, but not right now.
I don't think Amelia Perez is going to win it.
Those are in March, right? That's in
March.
Yeah. So this is Super Bowl week. This is the big week for us here in Philly, and the Eagles are in it.
Okay.
I do want to bring this up though. While the Eagles are playing, Diana Rossini, everybody's favorite insider.
Where's she at right now?
The Athletic.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
She thinks that Brock Purdy could end up getting a contract from the 49ers that pays him $55 to $60 million per season.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that's a mistake. I don't see it happening either. I just don't. Not that rate. Not that amount. No. I don't think Brock Purdy is pressing for that either. He has to be realistic. This isn't a
Oh, no way.
This
his
stats,
he's going to want it. Absolutely.
Oh, stop.
I'm telling you, he's going to want it.
45 million isn't enough. So now you have some money to play with as far as with the team. You're giving a little bit of a team
Mr.
friendly
Irrelevant, and he has a chance for a huge contract right now. Absolutely. He's
not going to get that deal though.
That's fine, but he's going to ask for it. He's going to
You could ask for it, but I don't think he gets it.
You think San Francisco would do it?
No. I think San Francisco wants to keep him, but I also think that Shanahan probably could say to himself, I could win with Kirk Cousins. I could work with anybody.
I mean, that's what they should. You can get somebody with the skilled talent of Brock Purdy, and even that could, fit in your system, because Brock Purdy wasn't supposed to, and then he did. And Jimmy Garoppolo, we know now, Jimmy Garoppolo is a backup quarterback in the NFL. So he was successful and got them to a Super Bowl the same way Brock Purdy did. So I don't know if I'd try and just go, you know what, I'm not going to pay him the money and Brock Purdy can walk out the door. I know I'm not the biggest Brock Purdy guy, but you still have been really successful with him, and he's had a lot of success. So I don't know if I'd easily give it up, but I would also have a line drawn of this is how far we're willing to go. And then if that reaches over that and he thinks he needs more than that, then you go, okay, well, this isn't going to work.
Yeah.
And we can find something else.
That's where I'm at. I think Brock Purdy is a very fine quarterback in the spot that he's playing for the 49ers. I do believe that if you take him off of San Francisco with Shanahan as the play caller, he's going to struggle. And chances are we're going to see who Brock Purdy should be, right? If I could say it like that. But if I was him, if I'm his agent, and this is a down-to-earth dude, and it's not to say that I'm not pulling for him, because his story is incredible. As you said, Mr. Irrelevant. Nobody had anything for him coming out of college, and he's been able to make an unbelievable name for himself, having great success. But even in his mind, he has to say, like, hey, man, like, I could make a great living if I get X amount of dollars, and I'm not hitting them over the head for 55. That's probably going to put him in number one. He's not the best quarterback.
Yeah, that is one way to think. And because I've been saying that with Zach Bond. And why would Zach Bond want to risk getting like he gets a contract, but what if you can extend your career even further by playing very well when you are in a system that you can play well in? So if he continues to say that, what if he gets a 2-3 year deal somewhere else and doesn't play as well? Well, that 2-3 year deal is it. What if he gets a 2-3 year deal with the Eagles for a little bit less money, but he still plays well? And it's a system that likely you're not taking a chance in because you're going to play well in that system because you have previously.
But
so now you extend yourself. You could think another 2 or 3 years after that, and I think it would be a little bit safer long term.
Yeah.
But obviously, it's short term. Do you just want as much money as you?
But there's, not to say it's apples and oranges, but it is pretty close because we're talking about the dollar amount here.
I know, and that's
what
he's
Zach
asking
Bong,
for like franchise changing amount of money.
Brock Purdy in 1 year
right.
will double Zach Bond's next contract.
But it's that same principle of like, if he's going to get this one contract, can he think long-term more of, well, I fit better in that system with Kyle Shanahan, and I could probably extend my career even further. San Francisco, as long as Brock Purdy plays at this level, I thought he played fine this year. Yeah. There was nothing wrong with him.
Sure.
As long as he does, San Francisco is going to keep him. Like, San Francisco will keep him around for a while. So that is what I would think of on Brock Purdy. Is obviously you want the short-term, a massive amount of paycheck right away, but I don't think anybody's willing to offer him more than a 5-year deal. If Brock Purdy gets something, it's probably along the lines of a 3 to 5 year deal, and it's going to be Kirk Cousins-esque, maybe,
okay,
or Baker Mayfield, probably more than Baker Mayfield. It's going to be along the lines of that 3-5 year deal. If I'm him, I would think long term and go, well, why not stay in the place where I know I'm going to produce really good numbers to earn these contracts over and over and over again. And that's what I would think of more as, well, I could get probably another contract after this if I stay in San Francisco.
All right. We'll see what happens there. Get involved in the conversation at Fox PHL Gambler, at Fox PHL a Gambler. Back to the Super Bowl. I added a bet today.
Oh, what'd you add?
This was an interesting play by one of my favorite gas bags. Not my favorite gas bag, and Dan Orlowski.
Is he still your favorite? I thought that was in
the
Jeopardy.
peanut butter cup is so odd and weird and so it's fake and
not
phony.
Normal.
He's such a squirrel that I don't know if I could sit here and say he's my favorite, but he's my favorite X's and O's gas bag though, right? My favorite wagering gas bag is Joe Fortenbaugh. Joe had a great play today, to the point that I ran to DraftKings Sportsbook and fired on it.
So you just open your phone and open up the app.
That's true.
You didn't really run.
Wasn't a lot of exercise.
Well, that's mentally running. I guess that is what running is. We don't run anywhere anymore. So running is like, like you hunched forward and went, oh, there's a bet.
Had to search. This is a wager that it technically wasn't front and center. It's not on the popular tab.
So running to the sports, it's just like leaning forward a little bit and go,
do you want this winner or no?
Yeah, okay.
It's on the Kansas City Chiefs side.
Whoa.
And pretty high priced. However, I couldn't find the other one either. So we'll just go ahead and say this.
What bets are these?
These are on the defensive side of the ball, and it features a young man by the name of Trent McDuffie. Good play here. Now,
I like that name, by the way.
You wouldn't what? Trent
McDuffie.
I need a boy name. Don't have a boy name.
You don't have a boy name?
No, she won't bite. I'm trying to name our boy Cooper. She won't bite.
But you seem to be big fans of John.
We're not going.
But the thing is, like, who would you be naming it after? Marks or Jansen?
Nobody names their kid normal names anymore. Like Ryan, Sean, John, Brad, Bob, Scott.
Why do you have
Chris.
to go? Why do you have to go with the trends? I mean, just go with.
Nobody does that anymore. You got to have some creative juices flowing when you're naming your kids.
What about Stat Brace?
Stap.
Like Scott Stapp. Yeah.
Unfortunately, cousin Nikki checking in, and fortunately, whatever you want to say here, her brother is Nick. So sorry, Nick, you're gone. Tim
and Nick, you have been eliminated.
Nick and Greg are all off the
John
board.
Seems like it's on the table. No. There's connections to two Johns in your life.
Right now, leader of the clubhouse, I would say, is probably Lane. That's leader in the clubhouse.
Lane?
And that's leader.
That sounds close to lame.
It's her. She wants. Like, I was like,
okay.
All right,
and Lane Johnson?
Well, it's not because of him, but
but it could be.
I'd rather say Lane Kiffin more than anything, but that's fine.
Why Lane Kiffin?
I like Lane Kiffin.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Whatever.
He's a gangster. I like Lane.
He's something.
Yeah, he's something. He's a personality. Anyways, I'm trying Cooper. I like Coop. Coop's a great name.
That is a good name. Cooper's a good name. I think Cooper's actually, Cooper's a strong name. And you got to think like, hey, what if this kid is an athlete? We got to give him a good athlete name. So Cooper
What if they
Brace.
win the Super Bowl?
Cooper Brace.
Like, yeah, you were named somewhat. You're not named after him.
Like you got to think ahead of time. What if this kid is an athlete?
Yeah.
So that really helps out having the name. Cooper Brace sounds like a 5-star recruit, if you ask me.
My dad joke of the week though is any room that I leave, I go, yeah, just so you know, if Saquon wins the MVP, we're gonna name our kid Saquon. Gets a chuckle.
Does he get a chuckle?
Oh, strong chuckle.
All right. Chuckle from who?
Strong chuckle.
I'm imagining a big eye roll from your wife.
What?
I imagine
Saquon?
a big eye roll. I imagine a big eye roll.
Anyway.
Yeah, no, just because like, oh, if he wins the Super Bowl MVP, it's like, okay.
How about Chauncey? Chauncey would be a good one. Chauncey. That's a strong name. Who the hell names their kid Chauncey these days?
I don't think I've seen that name all that much. Yeah.
Chauncey Billups
That's
and
a strong
CJ. All right. Back over to the wager that Fortenbaugh was pumping out there. Trent McDuffie sacks. First of all, over a half sack. Pays out pretty good money, but I could not find it. The number I believe he was throwing out there was like plus 550 to record a sack. Then he said the long shot that he was in on, which has dropped significantly at DraftKings and at FanDuel. I was able to find it at FanDuel. It was as high as 52-1. It is now down to, I believe, 32-1.
That's huge.
First sack of the game for the Kansas City Chiefs, Trent McDuffie. And he brought it up because, was it the last time that they played? I believe the last time that they played last year, McDuffie got after Jalen, was able to, and Spags likes to blitz everybody, including his secondary. So look, as far as stabs are concerned, it's a pretty strong stab. I didn't mind it. I thought it was a good one. On the flip side,
especially with that payout.
Did you hear what Sean Green had from VSIN, who joined me at the 3:00 hour? You know Sean, we love him, family friend, all that. And he said he's got Reed Blankenship. He's got 1 interception and 2 interceptions at plus 120 for 2 picks. Now that's,
plus 120 for 2 picks?
Plus 120, Reed Blankenship, 2 picks. And he was like, you know what, man? Stranger things happen. Yeah, that's a lottery ticket. It's a fun ticket.
Oh, wait, so you mean or 120? Wait,
plus 120. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's
like
not a huge pay. Okay.
It's what are you talking about? It's an unbelievable payout.
Are you talking to like for 2 interceptions? Are you talking like 120-1? Is that what you do?
Yes,
okay.
120-1. Is your first time doing a gambling show?
No, I know. You sounded like you were saying close to even money, plus 120. Okay, yeah.
Sorry.
120. I was like, wait a second. That's a terrible number.
Mahomes doesn't throw interceptions, and Reed Blankenship's getting 2.
Yeah, that's
there you go.
Ooh.
Yes. So
I think Reed might get 1. Like if I were to bet an Eagles interception, I'd actually go with Reed.
I would too, actually. Because I thought about him cheating down and getting
middle
Kelsey.
of the field, a Kelsey one, right? Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yep, Kelsey. And you know what? If you're actually being, if you're
the safeties too, these guys don't go down the field at all. The Chiefs they have speed, but I wouldn't necessarily call Xavier Worthy like a vertical threat just because he's a little bit smaller and still a rookie. So they don't have that.
He's going to catch a deep ball.
You think
he's going to
maybe, but I think you can cheat a little bit.
Sure.
I think you can look maybe inside. You can look 15 yards in and be able to jump something. So I think this is a game where Reed could be really aggressive. Reed has been before.
Reed had 4 interceptions on the season. I think it was second on the team. CJGJ led the way with 6.
Yeah. So I don't mind that one.
This is
just give me better than plus 120.
What's this on our television here? What's this? This is a new movie.
Captain America. And I saw there was actually a bet on Cut that I saw. Our friends at Cut, by the way.
What do you got?
It was the first commercial to be a movie at like plus 350.
Ooh.
And I think we might like it. That might be the first commercial we see is Brave New World because they are pushing that. And that's coming out February 14th. So it's coming out next week. So they're really pushing it. They already did something for the college football playoff. And I imagine they're going to have some type of presence at the Super Bowl. And that could be the first one played. Like that could be the first big commercial. It would be Captain America, Dawn of the New, whatever. It's Brave New World. I don't even know.
Yeah.
It looks fine. I don't know. Are you excited for? Okay.
I'm not. I'm one of those guys. That's you. That's Roy.
Did you see the fantastic? Oh, so you're not superhero Marvel movie guy in general.
No.
Okay. All right,
Actually, it is Marvel Comic Day at the Philadelphia Wings on Saturday at 1:00 though. Just to let
and
you
just
know.
said you're not a Marvel.
Oh, I will be on Saturday at the Philadelphia Wings. Big time.
Are you gonna dress up as anyone?
Black Panther, Wakanda. Yeah, I had
really? Okay.
Last year they hooked us up with the Philadelphia Wings Wakanda jerseys, Black Panther style.
That's
so
awesome.
I'm going to wear it again because do you know that there is a lot of copyright issues, and I want to get banged while I'm doing stuff for the Wings, where like I was like, could I wear this costume? And they're like, no, it's got to be approved, it's got to be real. So I'm like, all right, I'll just wear the jersey. I'm not trying to make anybody, go through some contracts or sign anything. Like all good here.
But just do like a low-level Marvel character. Nobody will know.
Well, what is Marvel? Black Panther.
Yeah.
It's Iron Man, right?
Yeah, it's all the MCU stuff.
Well, but
Incredible Hulk and all that.
What's Spider-Man? What's Batman?
That's Spider-Man is Marvel.
So
Batman.
it is Marvel.
Batman is DC.
Oh, that's right.
That is DC Comics.
I remember last year when I hosted,
Superman, DC Comics.
When I hosted, right? So they had a couple people show up in these outfits. These people were paid. They were paid. They were
to be like Spider-Man.
They were real, sign on a dotted line.
Real superheroes.
And the guy comes, and it's like 1:00. Boom, game starts, and I look over, and my man,
was he in character?
Yeah, he was in character, but the whole costume was really tight and thin, and I'm like, bro, it's way too early for that. Like, what's going on?
It was a little tight up there.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Twigs and berries, just come on.
Yeah, it's the price of being a superhero. You need the aerodynamics, so you gotta wear something tight.
All right.
Why tights? Why did superheroes go with tights?
That's a good question.
Wouldn't you go for more comfort? Is that comfortable?
Well, you know what I would do? I'd wear jeans with some holes in it. Some.
That's what you would do?
Yeah.
I don't think
T-shirt.
I would not do that. I'd wear sweatpants for sure. Maybe a hoodie.
It's interesting.
I don't know. Yeah, but why? Yeah, every superhero has the most. You think Batman's suit is comfortable? Heck no.
No.
Especially the one that what's his name? Christian Bale wore during his. That thing looked like a suit of armor.
Yep.
I think it had to be heavy as hell. No way I'm wearing that. No. Why do superheroes have to be uncomfortable? No. Give me comfort.
I'm definitely with you.
I want to be comfortable while I'm kicking ass.
All right, kicking ass is what we plan to do on Sunday. Hey, now let's get some winning wagers. Love to hear your thoughts. You got anything in your betting slips already? DraftKings Sportsbook. They're doing a great promotion, just to let you know, everybody out there. Make sure you take advantage of this, because all you got to do is place your bet and then tweet at them and tag them, and you will be entered for an opportunity to win $500 bonus bets. All you have to do, once again, give DraftKings a follow on social media, DK Sportsbook. Reply to their tweet with the hashtag #LetDK Cook, not Devin Caney, Let DK Cook, and you could win part of $250,000 in bonus bets being given away by DraftKings Sportsbook. It's that simple.
Can't both DKs cook?
New users, make sure you use Brace as the promo code. Take advantage of everything DraftKings has to offer for the big game. The daily ticket rolling on. Other side, we are going to mix in some 76ers conversation. We'll look at the NBA, and Luka Doncic spoke to the media. We got some good sound from him on his reaction to getting the door from Dallas. He's making half-court shots, and what's the analogy I'm looking? So, when back in the day, like maybe when you're a young teenager and you're at the park, right? And like a girl from the neighborhood would come up, and here you are hooping, and all of a sudden she rolls through, and yeah, man, now it's go time, right? You played a little bit harder. You would get a couple more shots up, break a little bit more sweat, right?
Okay.
That's what the Lakers were doing last night in front of Luka. First opportunity to play ball in front of him, and they balled out.
They knew they wouldn't be getting the ball again, so they decided
it's time to get their shots
up when they could.
I'm a Luka guy, man. I am a diehard Luka fan, and I still can't believe he's with the Lakers. Malpractice across the board. We'll hit on it all. Daily ticket rolling on more after this.
Fox Sports Radio, The Gambler. Now, total traffic for Philadelphia.
We've got an issue in King of Prussia. A tractor trailer lost its load, and it's affecting the Schuylkill east and westbound ramps to 202 and 422. The ramps aren't blocked. You can get by, but just expect some slowing with only one lane squeezing by the scene. On the Schuylkill westbound, jam traffic University to Girard, the city to Belmont, and then it's heavy from the Blue Route out to 202. Eastbound heavy Blue Route to Belmont and jam Montgomery Drive to south. 95 northbound stop and go Vine Expressway up to Bridge. Liar to tell total traffic.
This report is sponsored by True Green. True Green. Get a golf course quality lawn that's more affordable than you think. Don't wait. Visit TrueGreen.com today and let the pros handle the work while you enjoy the results. That's TrueGreen.com. True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour.
Looking for the ultimate plan for Sunday's game? Dave & Buster's has everything you need to make your game day super. Enjoy massive TVs, next-level food and drink deals, and unlimited video games for just $20. Ice-cold $5 domestic drafts all day long. Fuel up with 20 delicious wings for just $20, spicy or sweet. Don't miss the best game day party in Philadelphia. Head to Dave & Buster's for unbeatable fun, food, and drinks. Let the game begin.
Febreze. As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust Febreze car vent clips, featuring 3 distinct intensity settings, because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing. Which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up Oscar!
Run a business and not thinking about radio? Think again. Because more people are listening to the radio on iHeart today than they did 20 years ago. And only iHeart Broadcast Radio connects with more Americans than TV, digital, social, any other media, even twice as many teens than TikTok. Think radio can help your business? Think iHeart. Streaming, podcasting, and radio. Let us show you at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
On Saturday, February 22nd at 1:30 p.m. Eastern, it's the Pro Volleyball Federation's first All-Star match. The league's biggest stars will clash in a can't-miss event hosted in the Indy metro area, home of the Indy Ignite. Catch every serve, spike, and save live on CBS. Don't miss this historic showdown of volleyball's finest. The Pro Volleyball Federation All-Star Match on February 22nd at 1:30 p.m. Be there.
This is your Wednesday Sports Minute, brought to you by BetMGM, the sportsbook born in Vegas.
The big game is just 4 days away. The Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles, both teams held their media night earlier in the week, so all football now until Sunday. Chiefs are holding as a 1.5-point favorite. The over-under total has moved a half point down. Now 48.5 points. How about some parlays and props? Saquon Barkley over under rushing attempts, 21.5. Over under rushing yards, 112.5. Travis Kelce over under receptions for the Chiefs tight end, 6.5.
New BetMGM customers can download the app today using code MINUTE to receive up to $1,500 back in bonus bets if they don't win their first bet. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus to wager. New customer offer subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards are non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire in 7 days. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hers weight loss is not available everywhere. Compounded products are not FDA approved or verified for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription required. Restrictions apply. Wegovy and Ozempic are not compounded.
With hers, you can access doctor-trusted weight loss plans, like compounded GLP-1 weekly injections with the same active ingredient as Ozempic and Wegovy. Based on pricing through hers, save up to 91% per month with compounded semaglutide, the same active ingredient as the name brand drug. Get started at forhers.com/start today. That's forhers.com/start.
Hey, man, you all right? Need me to call 911? No, call Top Dog Law. Get top dollar for your accident at topdoglaw.com. Once again, that's topdoglaw.com.
Looking to elevate your golf game? Welcome to Penn Club on 2nd in the heart of Conshohocken. With over 350 courses to choose from, 3 state-of-the-art simulator bays powered by TrackMan technology, and a members-only clubhouse open 7 days a week. We're all about the ultimate golfing experience. Enjoy the perks of a family-owned club with affordable membership options for individuals, teams, and even corporate groups. Conveniently located near major highways, you can bring your own beverages and enjoy top-notch food at restaurants nearby. Visit pc2conchi.com to find your membership today.
The Gambler and Gary Barbera on the Boulevard want to put $1,000 in your hand. Keep it locked right here to the Gambler for your chance to win $1,000, all courtesy by our friends over at Gary Barbera on the Boulevard. Each weekday, that's 9 times a day, you'll hear a keyword at the top of the hour, and you could win $1,000. So, is the Gambler and Gary Barbera the best? Boy, I guess.
Gary Barbera's Super Gold to stay in control of the most cheap sold for $16,666. Right, Brandon Graham?
Boy, I guess.
Boom, shakalaka.
Cheap. Coach Sirianni, is Barbera the best? Boy, I guess.
Go Birds. I know you got my skills.
Hey, Sean Brace here for DraftKings Sportsbook. Now listen up. This ain't the little itty bitty teeny tiny bowl. No, this is the Super Bowl 59. You need to get in on the action at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of Super Bowl 59. Scoring touchdowns, that's the key to hoisting the Lombardi Trophy, and you could score big by betting on them at DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 place to bet touchdowns. Eagles are underdogs at +1.5, and just the way we like it. The better team, and everyone is on Mahomes and the Chiefs. We'll see how this one plays out on Sunday. Hey, new customers, listen up. You can bet just $5 and get $200 in bonus bets. All you got to do is just download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use promo code BRACE. That's code BRACE for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5. And that's only at DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. Gambling problem, call no gambler. 21 plus, Pennsylvania only. Eligibility restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
Monster BTK, the latest installment of the critically acclaimed Monster franchise, exposes the chilling story of one of America's most infamous cases that shook Wichita, Kansas to its core.
When people said BTK, you think of a wild-eyed Manson-like character. What we didn't understand is he was the guy next door.
Listen to Monster BTK on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Monster BTK to start listening.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
At the American Lung Association, we're fighting for a day when we can all breathe easier. We're fighting for clear skies over every city and healthy lungs throughout the country. We're fighting to free millions of Americans from the addictive grip of tobacco and the devastating effects of lung disease. The American Lung Association isn't just fighting for air, we're fighting for all the things that make it worth breathing, and we can use your help. See what you can do at fightingforair.org.
I'm 6 ABC Action News meteorologist Brittany Boyer with your latest forecast. We are tracking a messy winter storm that arrives late tonight. The cold air is locked in, temperatures overnight in the 20s to around 30 degrees. And as precipitation moves in, we'll first see a period of snow showers before changing into sleet and freezing rain. Be prepared for a very slow Thursday morning commute. And eventually temperatures will start to rise throughout the day on Thursday, transitioning any precipitation into rain and highs in the low 40s.
This report is sponsored by Audible. Tap into your well-being with Audible audiobooks, podcasts, and originals. Expand your life with expert insight and motivation for better health, habits, relationships, finance, and more. Start listening free when you sign up for a 30-day trial at audible.com.
Bourbon Street has officially turned midnight green.
I always dreamed about it, but the dream wasn't just getting there. The dream was winning it. So that's what the mindset's at.
All things Big Game 59 right here on The Gambler.
Yep. Big Game 59, getting closer and closer. Hello, everybody. Sean Brace, John Jansen with you here on the Daily Ticket. Coming up at 6 o'clock, finish the story. Jansen holding it down with the great Jeff Parles.
Hey.
He's picking up the belt on Saturday. The GBC Championship belt.
He doesn't have it yet?
No, he will get it from Dustin. Yeah.
Pretty far removed.
Yeah. Or a generic sounding beds these days.
But of course, like with Parles, I never know because I asked, "Hey, do you want to come on today, 6:25?" He said I should be okay for that. He doesn't even give me like a confirmation. He's like, "Yeah, sure, maybe."
You opening up the show to yourself. You're going 25 solo.
Oh, that's easy work, Bryce.
All right. I figured you were rusty.
I know. I'm actually kind of nervous.
You haven't been doing
I
it.
know. I haven't done it on my own in a while.
Line change.
I might be a little rusty, Bryce.
Well,
but when you get into big moments like this, Bryce, big players make big performances.
Big time plays.
I'm ready. Make big time plays. I'm ready.
Saquon Barkley.
I'm ready.
Get the cliche right, please.
Yeah, no, I got it wrong.
So, just to let
Was
you
there a
know,
cliche? Was there something?
big time players make big time plays on the biggest stages. Saquon Barkley is going to do exactly that. You got yourself a big night in front of you because you got that at 6 o'clock. Then finish the story with Joe Tanzi and Luke Arcani coming your way at 7 o'clock, as I said. And then at 8:30, Villanova basketball back on the airways. The Cats need to find a way to win a game. 3 straight losses, tough losses too. Taking on DePaul.
It's actually the last one was heartbreaking. You know it's not your season when a dude hits a corner 3 and banks it off the top corner of the glass.
Couldn't
and it
believe
goes
it.
in.
Yeah, couldn't.
I could not believe that shot.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. Home cooking too. It's like, come on, man.
At that point, you just go, "What?
Yeah.
What do we do?"
Yeah, nothing. You can't do anything at that point in time. Again, that game coming your way right here on the Gambler. That's a 9 o'clock start. Why is there no lineup? What happened here?
You're looking for a lineup?
A line.
Oh, a line.
We don't have a line. Is DePaul dealing with some injuries?
You're asking me to know that much about DePaul.
Well, they're a good team. I do know that.
They're a terrible team. They have a good. They won a Big East game this year, so that's a big deal.
Okay. Villanova DePaul. I'm looking at 5.5. The Cats favored by 5.5 on the road. 143.5 is your total. That's over on ESPN Bet. DraftKings does not have it. All right, quickly on this, if I could, I do want to hit this. We have a couple items that I want to get to in the 5 o'clock hour, but for right here, right now, let's stay with hoops and get on over to the NBA side of things. And of course, yesterday, the players finally had the opportunity to speak to the media. And the question that I would have in regards to Luka and Anthony Davis, the trade that went down that shook everything as we know it, is who's telling the truth and who's lying. That's what I want to know. And there are certain players that I'm looking at right now going, all right, like Luka, Anthony Davis, LeBron James, Kyrie Irving, of course, Jason Kidd, Mark Cuban. I would like to know if he's lying or not, because right now, and Windhorst said this on ESPN earlier, he believes everybody's telling the truth. And I just have a hard time believing that everybody is on the up and up and it should be taken as face value on one of the biggest trades, if not the biggest trade that's ever gone down in NBA history. Again, this is the first time 2 reigning All-Pros were traded mid-season. Like this has never happened before. And I realize that there are people out there that are making the case that the Dallas Mavericks are better at this point in time with Anthony Davis playing defense, so on and so forth. But
I don't believe it.
Yeah, I'm not buying that either.
I'm not buying that for a second.
Yeah, that's not where I'm at either. All right. So first of all,
that's a lie. If you want to know where the lie is, those people saying the Mavericks are a contender now. No, they're not.
Well, they were a contender with Luka. I think they're still a contender.
I don't think they are.
Okay. All right. Well, they didn't have Anthony Davis last night, right? Would have been a big difference. Kyrie's out there by himself, essentially. All right. Well, anyways, yesterday, Luka talking about, one of the big reasons that the Dallas Mavericks wanted out on Luka was apparently he wasn't the best conditioned player, and they did have.
They basically
issues.
called him fat.
Yeah, they fat shamed Luka. Here's what he had to say.
It's a motive. I know it's not true, but it's a motive. Like I say, I came here, one of the biggest clubs in history of sports, so it's a big motive for a long run here.
Oh yeah.
Does the NBA have a fat shaming problem? I feel like every time a trade like this happens, especially with a star, like James Harden.
Zion,
right?
He's fat.
He's fat.
It's funny.
James Harden, when he got traded, something happened, and they're like, yeah, he got fat. Big James Harden.
Well,
does the NBA have a fat shaming problem?
They might.
Or is that just the go-to, hey,
That's-
we traded this guy, and the reason why is,
Dude.
he's fat.
You want to get traded? Just throw on a couple lbs.
Just throw on a couple pounds?
That's it.
And the NBA is just like, nah.
More cushion for the pushing.
I don't need you anymore.
So Luka more, and this was an interesting soundbite because he was not ready for the trade, and it did shock him.
At some point, I knew this was going to happen, but I would say I always take the high road. You know, I had amazing moments in Dallas with all my teammates, coaches, and the most importantly, the fans. You know, and it was an amazing journey.
Yeah. So he was a little surprised.
He sounds bored.
Wanted to know whether or not that people were playing a joke on him.
I mean, everybody was surprised, so you can imagine how surprised I was. I was almost asleep, so when I got a call, I had to check. It was April 1st. I didn't really believe it at first, and it was a bit shock. It was hard moments for me. It was home.
It was home.
We're like a huge blockbuster. This guy just got traded. We just got a top 5 player traded to the Lakers. Like
Top
Brace,
3 player.
top 3. You could say top 3 player.
Top 3
This is historic. Huge trade.
Yeah.
Like unbelievable. A star just got traded to the Los Angeles Lakers, one of the most prominent franchises in sports.
Correct.
And it sounds like the most boring press conference I've
Look,
ever heard.
At the end of the day, he
It's
is Slovenian.
It's I mean,
his
Lucas,
English is a
Lakers
little.
he sounds bored.
Well, he's
He sounds like he doesn't want to be there.
Yeah. Well, he wants to be there now. He's definitely in a weird space. That's what another thing.
Yeah,
that's
what
hit me.
it definitely feels like. He feels like he's in a weird space.
I think
I don't
they're
know.
all like
Feels
even
weird.
LeBron talked about it. JJ talked about it. He's like, man, we lost like part of our family here, and now I'm trying to be, the guy that's bringing these guys in, welcoming in, but at the same time, like Anthony Davis was my guy. Anyways,
Yeah, why does it does sound like more of a funeral and instead of a celebration? But hey, we just got like a very good. If I'm the Lakers,
Anthony Davis won a championship with the Lakers.
He's 6 years ago, 5 years ago, 5 years. It was the 2020 public, so 5 years ago. Okay. It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, great for Anthony Davis. Good for you. They just got a 25-year-old superstar.
That they did.
That's a franchise-changing player.
That they
and
did.
you got him. And this is everybody's acting like this is a damn funeral. The league has changed. Like, have some excitement about it.
Well,
this is with no. You're just even talking to LeBron's like, man, this is really tough. This is a weird situation.
We'll get to LeBron in a second. One more from Luka, though.
Oh my god!
Speaking of LeBron, here's Luka on LeBron.
Yeah, he called me right away, and we didn't talk much because he said, "I understand what you're feeling," but that was really nice of him just to call me right away and welcome me to LA.
I understand what you're feeling. What you should be feeling is elated. You're a Laker. You're a Laker. You're a Los Angeles Laker. I understand how you're feeling. This stinks. No, it doesn't. You're a superstar for the most prominent franchise in the league. Have some damn excitement.
Well, again, that's Luka.
Oh my gosh.
The
you
party
got
animal.
Oh yeah, I forgot Dallas was like this amazing place to play basketball. Amazing.
They just made the finals.
Everybody, because of him. Everybody wanted to go to Dallas. Dallas is such a great NBA franchise.
Not anymore. That dude don't know what the hell he's doing.
What is happening?
Nico's a terrible general manager.
Oh, he's awful.
Like you'd have to win 3 straight championships for me to change my mind on this. I mean it. Anyways, here's Anthony Davis talking about being
he should be
traded.
sad.
Here we go. This is a long one too. 37 seconds.
I was shocked. Everyone else? Like I said, I didn't know. I was actually at home about to watch a movie with my wife, and got the phone call. So I had no idea. I just sent the team text about congratulations on the win against the Knicks, big win, and then looking forward to Tuesday's game against the Clippers as far as standing purposes, and then found out like an hour later I was no longer with the team. So I was in shock, obviously. Had no idea that it was happening. But I mean, now is I'm kind of over it and just kind of getting ready to play with Dallas.
Did he end up watching the movie? Do you think?
It's a good question.
Probably not. I imagine after that, you got to think, man, there's a lot of moving parts now I got to figure out. I mean, people figure those out for you, but there you go. I got to go to Dallas. I can't watch it. I don't have time for a movie. I gotta go to Dallas.
I know this isn't correct and you shouldn't think like this, but these guys, they are human.
Let me pull up Anthony Davis's net worth. And he didn't say anything wrong.
No.
But these guys are just like.
Also, you're not making the decisions on how you're getting there, and all of that. Everything is going to be taken care of you. He could have watched that movie and already not even looked up a flight, and he would have had a flight booked for him.
Anthony Davis makes $43 million a year. He's made over $160 million so far.
I don't think he's making travel plans.
Like, my point is, these guys can be sad and upset, but that's got to go away. You know, at the end of the day, you're getting paid to play.
If I was Anthony Davis, I'd be sad. I'm going to Dallas.
Dallas is cool.
It's fine. Again, is that a basketball franchise that you're like chomping at the bit to play for? I want to be a Dallas Maverick. Who said that?
Yeah,
nobody. Everybody goes, hell yeah, I'd want to be a Los Angeles Laker. You mean the place where Kobe Bryant played?
Yep.
Where they've won all these championships? Phil bleeping Jackson?
Yep.
And now you're playing not only with the Lakers, but with LeBron James? Yeah, it's terrible. Awful. That's 10 times better than Dallas. Why is everybody acting so weird about this? It's a weird trade. It came out of nowhere. That's fine. That part of it's weird. That part of it's why is this all being done in the dark? But for some of the players involved, dude, what a trade. Get excited. Everybody's being so weird about it. Stop.
Well, I'm not.
I feel like we all are.
Well, look, this is a great. I can't wait. First of all, I saw the 77 Laker uniform and I go, can I wear that?
Yeah. Do you like the Lakers uniforms? Are good.
Laker uniform. Yeah. You can't, though. That's the issue. I once bought a Mitchell and Ness, like in the barrels of the back. They had these T-shirts. It was like $3 T-shirt, $3 T-shirt, right? And there was this Boston Celtic T-shirt. It was really cool. The leprechaun, all that. $3. Of course I bought it, right? It was like 10, 15 years ago. Never wore it because anytime I put it on, I'm like, I can't leave the house with this thing on.
Why? Why do you feel weird? What? You felt weird about it?
Yeah, because F the Celtics. I'm not a Boston Celtic fan. No, you can't wear that. And I would imagine it's going to be the same type of vibe with the Lakers. Now, here's the deal. That's present day. I think I could wear a Kobe jersey. I think I could wear a Magic jersey, Worthy jersey, Kareem jersey, Shaq jersey. Lakers, yeah. Could you wear a LeBron jersey? No. You could not.
Why not? Is LeBron not cool enough?
No, because we're Sixer fans.
Okay, but you just named a bunch of other players.
Yeah, but they're old. They're past players. They're not present day.
How much older does LeBron need to get?
He is 40.
Yeah.
He might be older than Kareem, actually. All right, let's keep it moving here. Acting up here on a Wednesday. I promise you, we got a lot coming your way.
No, you keep saying that. I promise you.
Over the next 2 days. Where
the next 2 days. I thought you meant this show.
No, this show's toast. Okay. Yeah, we got another hour.
Because I'm here?
Yeah, we got another hour. And look, I deserve today, okay? Because I've been banging the drum of minutia for the last 48 hours. I've been live literally 23 out of the 24 hours for the last 2 days. And there hasn't been a damn thing new when it comes to the Super Bowl, other than the new wagers that have been listed on DraftKings Sportsbook. Cross sport wagers, right? So
I like those.
Yep. And then you said you have Cut app. Our friends over at Cut, you got some fun stuff from Cut. So I would like to hear a little bit more about that they're offering as well, because they're able to roll the dice on a lot more.
On a lot of stuff. Yeah, I'm seeing Gatorade colors. And the one is again, it's movie commercials. No, commercial. What's going to be the first commercial? I think they have one is like, is it going to be a beer commercial? Is it going to be a movie one? I actually think it could be Captain America.
Could be.
It's the first commercial. They're going to make a huge push for that.
You know how much commercials are costing these days?
Do you know how much money Marvel has?
How much?
They have enough to bring back Robert Downey Jr. and pay him
what a great actor.
An insane amount of money to just be not Iron Man. To do something else.
Yeah, what is he? He's what's he? He's the dude with the mask.
He's like a bad guy now. I don't know what the exact character is, but he's a bad guy.
What a great actor.
He's really good. Not in the Marvel movies, but
who's your top 3 actors right now in the game?
In the game.
In the game right now.
I don't know. That's
who's worth the price of admission?
Can I say Timmy Chalamet right now?
Timmy Chalamet's hot.
Yeah, after Dune 2 and then A Complete Unknown.
I haven't watched.
Yeah, what a 2024.
Yeah, he's hot. Right
you haven't
now.
Watched Dune 2 yet? You would love Dune 2.
He was good in Saturday Night Live too. You know who's bad in Saturday Night Live? Bill Burr.
Oof.
Was he?
Oof.
I know his monologues are usually good, but then
His monologue was brutal.
you think so?
It was bad.
Oh, I
And
thought
I'm
usually they're pretty good.
diehard Bill Burr fan. Yeah, he weaved it all in, and don't get me wrong, I'm not a pro, this new guy that's in office. No. But he quickly got to it. It was just bad. It was just like,
okay.
Why are you telling me this? It was just like, all right, Bill, like, tell us a joke, bro. That's the issue with a lot of these comedians these days. They just yell and talk and try and stir you up and be a troll. They don't come up with like good jokes anymore.
No,
not a lot of good jokes.
So, they're good.
Give me one. Everyone loves this Nate Bargatze guy. Everyone loves him.
I actually don't know.
Yeah, he's all right.
I don't know. I'm just a Bo Burnham guy, but he doesn't. He hasn't come out with anything.
I was
in a
gonna
while.
say,
it's been 5 years. I mean, it's the best comedy special of the last 5 years, probably this decade. But yeah, it's been a long time. It's been a while.
Okay.
I don't know. You're right. Maybe stand-up comedy dead.
It's not. It just
Is it
needs.
dead?
It needs a kick in the ass. The problem is this podcasting. That's the problem. Everybody's in this
Very
content
true.
world.
And every comedian has a podcast.
Every comedian has a podcast, and they feel like, okay, if they get out there and tell a couple jokes, that's good enough, right? Like on their podcast.
That's a good. Did podcasting kill stand-up comedy?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. I think you just cracked the code. I actually like that.
absolutely did.
Did you read that from somewhere?
No, I've been on this for a long time now.
Very good thought.
It's very few.
Put it on the poll.
Exactly. All right, Daily Ticket rolling on. Big 5 o'clock hour coming up next. Here's the deal. We got a sponsor for the 5 o'clock hour, the Cruising. So we're going to cruise to the 3 biggest storylines coming up for Super Bowl 59, the Cruising app. Do you know about the Cruising app?
I'm about to.
Cruising is next level when it comes to roadside maintenance / emergency.
I should probably know this.
No, you're all right. I'm going to fill you in on the other side.
I should
download the Cruising app now.
I need to
CRUZE.
You mean me having problems with
Cruising? We're going to cruise to the 3 biggest storylines for Super Bowl 59 to kick off the 5 o'clock hour. It's the Daily Ticket. Sean Brish, John Jansen. More after this.
Dan Patrick, 9 to noon.
Brett Brown joins us.
Colin Cowherd from noon to 3.
The Sixers are amazing.
And the Daily Ticket with Sean Brace from 3 to 6 p.m. Only one place you can find that.
All ears to it.
Right here on Fox Sports Radio, The Gambler. Fox Sports Radio, The Gambler. Now, total traffic for Philadelphia.
A little bit of good news. If you live or work in Northeast Philadelphia, Cotman Avenue reopened. Between the Boulevard and Bustleton Avenue had been closed since last week's plane crash. The northbound side still has the right lane closed. Southbound, totally reopened. In King of Prussia, tractor trailer lost its load. This is affecting Schuylkill east and westbound ramps to 202 and 422. Eastbound Schuylkill, that's Montgomery Drive to south. Westbound stacked up University to Jaward Boulevard to Belmont and Gulf Mills at 202. Lara Totella, total traffic.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Start at Indeed.com/credit.
Looking for a place to witness history when Kansas City takes on Philadelphia? Dave & Buster's has you covered. Massive TVs, next-level food and drinks, and unlimited video games for just $20. Enjoy your favorite cold domestic draft beers for just $5 all day long, and fuel up for the game with 20 mouthwatering wings for only $20. These deals and more are available all day long on Sunday. Don't miss out on the best party in town. Head to Dave & Buster's for unbeatable fun, food, and drinks.
As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust Febreze car vent clips, featuring 3 distinct intensity settings, because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing. Which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up Oscar! La, 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 la.
On Saturday, February 22nd at 1:30 p.m. Eastern, it's the Pro Volleyball Federation's first All-Star match. The league's biggest stars will clash in a can't-miss event hosting the Indy metro area, home of the Indy Ignite. Catch every serve, spike, and save live on CBS. Don't miss this historic showdown of volleyball's finest. The Pro Volleyball Federation All-Star Match on February 22nd at 1:30 p.m. Be there.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Oh, by the way, Ivan's no longer on the project. His wife got a new job, so they're moving across the country.
Robin's top researcher is deviating to a new market. This isn't standard.
And now we're short-staffed. Who's going to finish all these projects?
She needs a cluster of new data analysts, and there's no margin for error.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Put our matching platform to work so you can spend less time searching and more time connecting with talented candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Morning, Paula.
Morning, Ron.
Another day in Adminville, am I right?
What are you working on? Oh!
You okay?
Your tabs. You have so many open.
Yeah, gotta order lunch for the big client meeting. With great responsibility comes tabs.
I can help. Close all those tabs and open just one, EasyCater.com. Online ordering from local restaurants, plus tools to save time, stay on budget, track expenses.
One tab to rule them all.
EasyCater, the smarter way to order food for work. Order now at EasyCater.com.
Looking for the ultimate plan for Sunday's game? Dave & Buster's has everything you need to make your game day super. Enjoy massive TVs, next-level food and drink deals, and unlimited video games for just $20. Ice-cold $5 domestic drafts all day long. Fuel up with 20 delicious wings for just $20, spicy or sweet. Don't miss the best game day party in Philadelphia. Head to Dave & Buster's for unbeatable fun, food, and drinks. Let the game begin.
Hey, Sean Brace here for DraftKings Sportsbook. Now, this ain't the little itty-bitty teeny tiny bowl. No, this is the Super Bowl 59. And it's time for you to get in on the action at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of Super Bowl 59. Score touchdowns. That's the key to hoisting the Lombardi Trophy. And you can score big by betting on them at DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 place to bet touchdowns. It's simple. Last time that these two teams matched up back at Super Bowl 57, we got fireworks. This time around, I'd be shocked if we didn't see two aggressive offenses on Sunday in Super Bowl 59. New DraftKings customers, listen up. You can bet just $5 to get $200 in bonus bets. All you have to do is just download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use promo code BRACE. That's code BRACE for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. When you bet just $5. Now, it's only at DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus, Pennsylvania only. Eligibility restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
I'm Greg Rosenthal, host of NFL Daily. Join me live from Radio Row in New Orleans. I'll be interviewing the NFL's biggest names all week long. NFL Daily will have you ready for this year's big moment. Will it be Mahomes completing the three-peat or Jalen Hurts avenging their Super Bowl 57 loss? We'll be there on the field after the game. Full recap, interviews with this year's Super Bowl champions. Don't miss it.
Listen to NFL Daily on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow NFL Daily and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
We rely on our cars a lot, but maintenance or breakdowns shouldn't slow us down. Say hello to Cruisin', your complete car care solution. Download the Cruisin' app to quickly order roadside assistance for flats, jump starts, lockouts, and more. You can even request mobile oil changes and car detailing, all from a peer-to-peer network of trusted help. Download the Cruisin' app and discover car care redefined. Go to CRUZENapp.com. Cruisin', complete auto care at your fingertips.
Your home for Villanova basketball is WDAS and WD273D. Your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Check. That's check. Enter it now.
FoxPHLGambler.com. Once again, FoxPHLGambler.com right now.
Big game and even bigger bets. Tackling all the props, spreads, and value plays in between. You're listening to the Daily Ticket with Sean Brace. right here on The Gambler.
Oh, yes, indeed. 5 o'clock hour underway. Sean Brace, John Jansen coming your way. Hey now.
What is this?
Dude, don't dog the generic beds, man. This is who we are right now. We're going through a little bit of an issue.
This is who we are now.
I got to figure it out.
You can come up with better generic music than this. What is this?
What's wrong with this? It's intense. This is what I like.
I don't know.
What do you want? You want rock?
What would you even classify this as?
It's like a good
techno something?
Yeah.
This actually does sound like it would be on the soundtrack of like a cyberpunk.
This is like some Matrix stuff, right?
Like I wouldn't be surprised if this was in the Cyberpunk 2077 soundtrack.
Like, yeah, you're chasing, you're looking for the guy, right?
Yeah, right. But using like scanners from your eyes, because like
I gotta
now you're a robot.
We gotta figure it out, man. We got a lot.
This is definitely, it's got cyberpunk vibes. I'll give that to you.
All right.
Definitely. Okay. I get it now.
Let me hit this real quick.
By the way, if you've never played Cyberpunk 2077, Brace,
yeah, I have no idea.
You need to.
So
it's a great game.
Couple quick things.
Keanu Reeves is in it.
Got to ask a question about something that happened to me yesterday, and we will get into our cruise into Super Bowl 59. 3 topics here, 3 storylines. So yesterday, there was a little bit of a situation where I had to bring my daughter, the time crunch, XYZ, pick her up, blah, 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 blah. She was hungry and she wanted French fries. So I go, all right, let me, McDonald's, right? First thing goes to your mind, you want French fries? You got
the goat French fries.
It's like
those golden fries are still delicious.
So I said,
just amazing.
So all right, let's swing through, and I haven't had fast food in forever. This is going to open up our consideration for what truly is fast food. But in the standard days of fast food, it's McDonald's, it's Burger King, it's Wendy's, it's Taco Bell. Like those are your standalones in the fast food world. But I think we can add to that, right? Anyways, putting that to the side for just right now. So we go to McDonald's, and I order up. I get to the window, and I say, you know what? I'm going to get a little something too because I'm hungry, and I haven't had a burger or anything from McDonald's in forever, right? So as I am about to order, I look up at the menu, as you often do before you hit, let me get this. And I was blown away, Jansen.
Yeah.
At what the McDonald's prices are these days. And I ask, why the hell are you? And hey, look, man, Mickey D's is Mickey D's, but we got to pump the brakes here if we're charging $13 for a quarter pounder with cheese. Okay. We got to pump the brakes a little bit here if we're going to be charging fast food prices that are double what I used to pay back in the day. This is outrageous. This is ridiculous. $11.59 before taxes for a double quarter pounder with cheese. Oh, you're going to say that's a double, you fatty, huh? All right. Well, how about just a regular quarter pounder was $9.59 before taxes? My issue is, dude, this is what McDonald's costs these days? Why do you go to McDonald's? McDonald's used to be quick. It used to be cheap. That's why you'd go to McDonald's. It was quick. That sure as hell ain't cheap.
Oh, yeah. I could get 2 McDoubles for $2 each.
The double cheese, yeah,
two
double cheese.
McDoubles.
Yes.
It'll be. I'll get 2 McDoubles. It'll be $4. That's it. That's great.
Lived off of McDonald's in Greenville. Lived off of McDonald's in Greenville.
I lived off of McDonald's and Little Caesars Pizza.
You're a big Little Caesars guy. You've been fighting that fight.
But okay, so the McDoubles are 2 for $4. That's great. A whole pie for $5.35 was insane.
Yeah, well,
that's insane.
At least there's some taste. At least there's some.
Little Caesars has some taste. I promise you.
Well, put Little Caesars to the side because I got my sights set on McDonald's right now. Come on.
Yeah, it's not. There's like a McDonald's used to be just like for the poor. For us, like let's just go get a cheap thing. It's great. Now it's like the poor menu, but like there's like a poorer menu of like, yeah, now you can get the McChicken, I guess, if you want for $2, if you want to try that.
10-piece chicken nuggets. It's $10.49 before taxes.
The regular menu for McDonald's is in like a different tax bracket than I am.
2 cheeseburger meal.
I'm not in the same tax bracket as a quarter pounder anymore. I'm just like a McChicken. I can maybe afford a McChicken.
2 cheeseburger meal.
It's ridiculous.
2 cheeseburgers. $8.99 before taxes.
That's ridiculous. That's insane.
What are we doing here?
I can't do that.
Somebody get Ronald on the phone.
And I would like to. I think McDonald's has like elite breakfast. They do have elite breakfast for fast food. It's very good. But even that's too much now. It's almost $3-4 just for a sausage McMuffin. That's crazy.
That's outrageous, man. Come on. Like fast food is fast food and it's supposed to be quick and cheap. There's no reason for us to be going to McDonald's if that's the prices that they're charging. Just simple. Simple as that. Because now this opens up the window for what we consider fast food. And I have to ask you this question. And you're probably the wrong guy to ask. When it comes to healthy options that are out there.
Why am I the wrong guy to ask?
Well, you're probably the wrong guy to ask. You don't pay attention to these
What do
things.
you mean? I do.
But do you
now.
pay attention to these things?
I do pay attention. Absolutely. I'm looking at calories. I'm looking at what's in it.
So,
sodium count, all that stuff. Absolutely.
Well, you know what? It's actually on the menu. So this,
I am smart enough now to know. Sean Bernard didn't know this, but I'm smart enough now to know that like a hoagie's not a healthy option. That's actually kind of terrible for you.
Oh yeah, bread, carbs, the whole nine.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's not
The whole nine.
terrible, but yeah, carbs are.
That's pretty terrible.
Carbs are bad.
That's pretty terrible.
Carbs are bad.
Sodium's bad, and there's a ton of sodium in hoagies, especially if you go in the Italian variety.
So let's just ask. All right, because that's the question, right? You have to ask yourself when you're hungry, what do? Most of us go to Wawa, right? And I love.
I have.
And
yes,
I
most of the
love
time,
Wawa, and I'm not trying to rip on Wawa, but I'm curious about this answer. What is a calorie, for a meatball sub there? A meatball
you're getting
hoagie?
close to 1,000 calories.
Okay, then. Well,
The Italian hoagie, close to 800-900 calories.
double quarter pounder, French fries, the Sprite, and the double sneeze was 10. That's what we used to call it. Yeah, let me get a double sneeze.
Okay.
1,300 calories. So my point is, if you're paying that price and you're not healthy, it's not healthy, and there's healthier options out there.
Yeah.
Like, you got to go elsewhere.
And I will give Wawa some credit here. Their roasted chicken stuff. None of it's healthy because it's all, again, a bunch of sodium, but it's a little bit lower calories. You're still getting some protein in chicken. The roasted chicken's awesome. So I've been getting the roasted chicken bowl, roasted chicken sandwiches, and they aren't that bad. And they're somewhat healthier. But
I'm trying to find the
I mean, you go to any of these places, you're most likely not getting anything healthy.
grocery health and ice. No, promotions deal. All right. Well, we'll have to dig that in. And maybe if you got a take on that, love to hear from you folks out there. Once again, I was shocked.
Do you know it's expensive to be healthy? That's a privilege.
I do know
you
that.
are allowed to be healthy because you can afford healthy food.
Well, let me say this much. We had a great one-on-one, Powers will tell you this, with Jamie from Eat Clean Bro. And Eat Clean Bro is one of the premier meals that are done for you, delivered right to your door. And he was like, look, I'll tell you straight up, it's not cheap. It's not cheap. But compared to everybody else that's out there, like, go ahead and compare and contrast what we offer, our portions, our ingredients, where it comes from, so on and so forth. Like, Eat Clean Bro. And I was looking at, as he was giving me the information, his spiel, he was real. This is his product. This is his baby. He's been doing it for a long time. He's got some great celebrity clients.
Oh, I like this. Because they go in like high protein, low carb,
Correct.
vegetarian. Oh, that's awesome.
And it's not that expensive. If you're spending $13 on a double quarter pounder with cheese meal, you could sure as hell order up from Eat Clean Bro.
See, I'm seeing lemon chicken and orzo. Is that called?
Yeah.
$13.99 for all that.
That's what I mean.
540 calories, 52 grams of protein. That's pretty good, actually.
Dude. Yeah, Eat Clean Bro. Yeah, buffalo chicken wrap, $12.
Yeah. Okay, maybe I'll have to try this out.
There you go. Get it delivered right to the crib. We're talking, he's got famous
my
clients.
people call their
Lala.
people,
Lala's one of his clients. JWoww from the Jersey Shore.
Oh.
You know her?
Yes, I know.
Okay.
That was of my time.
I wasn't a big Jersey Shore guy.
That was a guilty pleasure for me. So I wouldn't.
Full disclosure,
talk
I am
about-
a Pauly D guy though. Huge Pauly D guy.
Why Pauly D?
Because he's an awesome DJ, man. He's the man.
He's fine.
Oh, come on.
He's fine. I wouldn't say he's an awesome DJ. He's fine.
Well,
he gets the job done.
Well, from the dude's perspective, right? Like, Vinny was all right. What's these balloons out?
Vinny was normal. There's balloons now? What's going on? Of course, you can't pay attention just to doing the show. There's got to be a reason to go over to check the balloons.
I don't know. I
Did you get any context of what these balloons are for? Is anybody else out there? Is there like a party going on and I didn't see this?
I'm riding low right
There's
now.
just balloons.
Yeah, big balloons.
Okay.
Anyways.
Have there always been balloons out there? And you're just
Somebody
noticing?
just
Okay.
brought them in. Like
okay,
Up.
okay.
Like the movie Up. I just saw balloons. I didn't see head. I'm down here.
Like the movie Up. Like that's the only movie with balloons in it.
Well, it.
Well, that's a balloon in it. If it is one single red balloon, that is
scary.
Yeah, that guy's scary as heck.
All right,
is that Bill Skarsgård or whatever? Yeah, he's terrifying. He's a Nosferatu.
No idea what that is.
Come on, the vampire movie. You don't even know the classic?
No.
Come on.
No, I don't. All right, here's what we got.
Right.
We got a lot going on. Okay, 6 o'clock hour. It's going to be Finish the Story. John Jansen, Jeff Parles, our GBC champion, will be joining him at 6:25. 7 o'clock, you got Luke Arcani, Joe Tanzi, Finish the Story. They're 45 minutes on all things props. And then at 9 o'clock, back to me, unfortunately. Yeah, Eagles at Night with Luke. Looking forward to just waxing poetic. Last night, man, we sat down, me and Mark Henry Jr., and you know what we did? We started just kicking around names from the Super Bowl 52.
Yeah.
Who you texting?
Parles. He's got to be out by 6:45. So
okay. So does Jay Ajayi do anything for you?
He was a terrible FIFA player.
Yes, he was.
Oh, he was awful.
Yeah.
That's it. Is that weird? That's the first thing I think of with Jay Ajayi.
He played in the Super Bowl. Had carries,
a
couple yards. How about? Do you know who led?
But it was LeGarrette Blount that was.
Do you know who led the team in receptions that day?
Is this a trick question, sort of?
Answer the question. Super Bowl 52.
I would either go Zach Ertz, but the dark horse of this one, I think, might be the answer. Corey Clement.
Incorrect. He had the most yards. He had 100 yards receiving.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Nelson Aguilar.
Wow.
Nelson Aguilar had 9 grabs and 11 targets in Super Bowl 52. Think about that. Because I'll tell you what, if I saw Nelson Aguilar before last night walking down the street, the first thing that would go through my mind was like, unlike
that guy
Aguilar.
didn't do anything.
Yeah, unlike Aguilar, right? And like, whoa, dude. Sometimes we need a little bit of a refresher.
Why isn't Corey Clement more prominent?
He was just in the lots. He was in the lots for the Commanders game.
Nice. Because he was huge in that
Yeah,
Super
he was.
Bowl.
Unbelievable grab in the corner. Chris Collinsworth still not sure if he came down with it. that Mark
We're still reviewing that one.
We're still reviewing that one. All right.
Korean beef and rice bowl. Man, I need to
eat clean, bro.
Yeah,
hit up Powers. We'll get that going. We'll get it delivered to the station.
General Bros Chicken?
Dude.
Oh, I'm in.
Eatcleanbro.com. All right, let's put the bow on that one. Over to the next one. Let's cruise. What do you say, Jansen? Let's cruise on down to Super Bowl 52.
Great Florida Georgia line. So.
Not familiar with their game.
You don't remember? Come on, you have to know Cruise.
Don't know that one, I don't think. Can't play it either because I get whacked. DMCA.
Can I sing it while we get whacked?
So here's the deal. We're going to cruise down to the big game with a Cruisin', the app, which is affordable roadside assistance. All right. Of course, when you think of roadside assistance, you think of like number one on the list for a lot of people out there is AAA. But here's the deal. Cruisin's the next step in roadside assistance because it's quicker and no membership is needed. It's on-demand roadside service connecting you to trusted peers and mechanics in Philadelphia. Just download the app now. That's Cruisin', Cruzen. Check them out on socials at Cruisin' app. All right. All you got to do is request, relax, and Cruisin' has you covered. Your complete car care solution. I checked it out last night. Anything from you run out of gas, Cruisin's got you covered, right?
I've gotten
flat tire, Cruisin's got you covered. Boom, there. And you pull it up, it's a lot like the Uber app where you see people they're coming. It gives you the detail, when and how long they're going to be there. And to me, it is the best possible thing that you can have at that moment. Because here's the deal. As a guy who had AAA, you're at the mercy of their closest person. And they could be fixing a car over here on the main line, and they're not going to get to you on 76. And now you're hanging out on 76, a busy strip of road that you don't want to be because you ran out of gas because you thought you'd make the Manayunk exit. Not that that's ever happened to me, but I understand. I travel
a very
daily.
Specific scenario.
I see it often.
One that you drew up there, just out of nowhere on a whim.
All right.
Yeah.
So download the Cruisin' app and let them know that you're listening to us here at The Gambler. And discover car care redefined. Once again, that's Cruzen app. Cruising.com. Cruising. Complete auto care at your fingertips. All right, question number 1, Jance, you ready?
I think so. Am I the trivia guy now?
No.
Oh, okay.
What is the big difference between the Eagles in Super Bowl 59 on Sunday and Super Bowl 57 2 years ago? Number one difference in your mind.
I hate to say even the defense was good, by the way.
It was.
I don't think people give enough credit to that defense. It's obviously not the same as good maybe as this one now, especially if you look at just a position by position basis and talent level. Maybe not. That was still a very good defense. I think the difference is, and I guess it's the obvious one, but it's got to be Saquon. Like, that's the biggest difference of your team to me, is you became this extremely explosive running game. You had that a little bit with Miles Sanders. You didn't necessarily have that all the time, and you didn't have that in the playoffs.
Yep.
Like, Jalen Hurts really had to throw a lot, and he was good, and he had a great game. But it's different when you have an explosive player that is game changing, that type of player. So that's a bit different to me. Again, defense is certainly one, but that defense was good that year as well. Really, the difference mostly comes on the Kansas City side, is that their offense isn't as good as it has been.
Well, I have that for you here. Follow up.
But for the Eagles, it's mostly I'd still say Saquon.
All right, following up, Kansas City Chiefs. What do they do better? What do they do worse? Why can I talk right now? Compared to 57.
What they do better.
Yes.
I think they have a great idea of this short passing game, mesh concepts, all this stuff that they have become a really efficient. It's almost like second half of career Brady, like even post Randy Moss Brady, where you didn't have the explosive wide receiver. So instead, you're dinking and dunking a lot. You're going short passes. They become like this really efficient short yardage offense. And that only happens with coach and quarterback being on the same page and being as good as they are. Essentially, you are having to manufacture these long drives on so many plays, and you have to be really efficient during every play. And Mahomes is able to do that. So it's really impressive that he's able to do that and become a sort of a different quarterback than we think of him as. Mahomes is not just a gunslinger. Mahomes is everything. Mahomes can be whatever kind of quarterback you need him to be. And this version of it needs him to be efficient, short yardage passing. But that's also the big difference of what that team was a couple of years ago than it is this year. They have no explosiveness. They are not an explosive offense at all. They have none of it in the running game. They were even a better running team then. Isaiah Pacheco was doing very well, and they ran the ball pretty well against the Eagles, especially in the second half. And they were more explosive in the passing offense. They are not that whatsoever this year. So that, I think, is the biggest difference, is Kansas City is going to have to be a short yardage. Now, again, they're good at it, but that is a hard way to play all the time, and especially against the Eagles defense.
All right. Question number 2, as we're cruising down to the big game here coming up on Sunday. Which player from the Philadelphia Eagles do you think will be most likely responsible for covering Travis Kelce? What could be the Eagles' game plan in your mind?
Oh, I would say there are going to be multiple eyes on him. That is going to be a Reed Blankenship, CJ GJ, Zach Bond type thing. I don't know if you put Cooper DeJean on him, because Travis Kelce's probably still going to line up tight at the line of scrimmage at times. I think it's mostly, you're looking to your middle of field guys. You're looking at a Zach Bond. You're looking at a Reed Blankenship, CJ GJ. Those guys are going to have multiple, almost like bracket, I would say, coverage on him. Just because it's tough to play, man, because the great thing about tight ends is they have the most space to work with, right? Because usually they're lined up tight at the line of scrimmage, so they don't have a sideline to worry about. They can kind of roam around the middle of the field and find him. Travis Kelce's really good at it. And one of the few ways to stop that, or one of I think the best ways, is just multiple guys trying to cover certain spots of the field to stop him. But it's going to be extremely tough. But to me, it relies mostly on, and I would say probably Reed Blankenship. He's the one that's done a really good job playing downhill at the safety position and having his eyes on somebody like a Travis Kelce and playing the middle of the field really well, kind of being that center fielder, as we say. So I think Reed, I think he takes most of the responsibility, I'd say.
All right. I like it. Good answer. All right.
Okay. Nice.
Final one. Here you go. Cruising down to the big game on Sunday. Who concerns the Eagles defensively beyond Mahomes and Kelsey? Who else is on your mind from the offense of the Kansas City Chiefs?
I'd say there's only one other player, and that is Xavier Worthy, just because he's a gadget type player. All kinds of speed. I just don't think he is a great wide receiver yet, and that's where they're having a tough time. Remember, they're actually down their top wide receiver. So this offense has been dealing with that all season.
True.
So when you want to talk about Kansas City's passing offense, like mentioned, Rashee Rice has been out all year. Like Rashee Rice is a huge part of their offense. So they've been having to piece together with DeAndre Hopkins. He's good, but I don't think he's a huge threat. Hollywood Brown's back, but I don't think he's that much of a threat. Xavier Worthy is the game-changing speed, and that's where on a sweep or a short pass, anything that he can take it to the house or get you a big chunk play because of his speed. And they're going to find so many different ways and gadget ways to get it to him. So he's the other one that you just have to have eyes on because he's going to be getting the ball in so many different areas, and that's a tough thing to guard.
Look at this. John Jansen, killing it.
Thank you.
Nice
That
work.
felt good.
Cruising on our way down.
You know what? I'm ready for 6 to 7, Bryce.
Yeah,
I can do this.
You're going to hold it down. We're cruising on our way down to the big game, 59. And if you just missed that, once again, Cruising app. Download the app now. That's CRUZEN. Check them out online at cruisinapp.com. Cruising, complete auto care at your fingertips. Request, relax. Cruising has you covered. Download the app now. All right, let's keep it moving. 5 o'clock hour, roll it on. We'll continue the conversation. And as far as the Super Bowl is concerned, we got props we have yet to get to. So I want to do that. I've been meaning to mix in some of these big props as far as that is concerned. Also, some other odds and ends around the sports world. And we'll take it back here because we are 50 days away from Major League Baseball opening day. I got DraftKings in front of me.
It feels like we're 50 days away from the Super Bowl.
Well said. More Daily Ticket back after this.
Fox Sports Radio, The Gambler. Now, total traffic for Philadelphia.
Wednesday drive home, and we've got an issue in King of Prussia where a tractor trailer lost its load, and this is affecting the Schuylkill westbound and eastbound off-ramps to 202 and 422. Traffic is able to get by, but just in one lane. Delays on the Schuylkill eastbound jam, Blue Route to Belmont, and Montgomery Drive to south, westbound jam, University to Girard, heavy Gladwood to Conshohocken, and then jam for the Blue Route out to 202. 95 northbound, stop and go Vine Expressway up to Bridge. Larry Totella, total traffic.
This report is sponsored by eBay. Swapping out your tires, there's nothing like it. With eBay, you find the feel you're looking for. From smooth highway rides to grip for rough terrain. Get all the tires you need at prices you'll love. eBay, things people love.
Here we go. Sean Brace for DraftKings Sportsbook. Now, this ain't the little itty-bitty, teeny-tiny bowl. This is the Super Bowl 59, and it's time for you to get on in the action on DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of Super Bowl 59. Now, scoring touchdowns is the key to hoisting the Lombardi Trophy, and you could score big by betting on them at DraftKings Sportsbook, the number one place to bet on touchdowns. Are you ready to place your first bet? Well, try betting on something simple like a player to score 6. All you got to do is just go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and make your pick. New DraftKings customers, listen up. You can bet just $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. All you got to do is just download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use my promo code BRACE. That's code BRACE for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5, and it's only at DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus, Pennsylvania only. Eligibility restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
On Saturday, February 22nd at 1:30 p.m. Eastern, it's the Pro Volleyball Federation's first All-Star match. The league's biggest stars will clash in a can't-miss event hosted in the Indy metro area, home of the Indy Ignite. Catch every serve, spike, and save live on CBS. Don't miss this historic showdown of volleyball's finest. The Pro Volleyball Federation All-Star Match on February 22nd at 1:30 p.m. Be there.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
You okay?
I can't sleep with this cough.
Sounds like you need to vaporize that cold.
Vaporize?
Yeah, with NyQuil VapoCool. It's NyQuil plus a rush of Vicks vapors.
Whoa.
So you ready to get some sleep? Thank you, NyQuil VapoCool.
NyQuil VapoCool, the vaporizing nighttime coughing, aching, fever, best sleep with a cold medicine. And to vaporize sore throat pain, try Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Hey, man, you all right? Need me to call 911? No. Call Top Dog Law. Get top dollar for your accident at topdoglaw.com. Once again, that's topdoglaw.com.
Get ready for Super Bowl 59 with iHeart, the official partner of the NFL Podcast Network.
This is Cam Jordan from the NFL Podcast Network show, Off the Edge with Cam Jordan.
Join Cam and other podcasts like NFL Daily, NFL Players, Second Acts, and more.
We'll all be recording live from New Orleans this week. Make sure to open the iHeart app and search NFL to hear all the action and the biggest guests.
Getting you ready for the Super Bowl with the NFL Podcast Network. Just open the free iHeart app and search NFL to start listening now.
Jip. What do we got here? I think this is the same bed.
It's
the same bed. Damn it. All right, let's try. Hang on. Sorry. Let's try this one. Oh, yeah. That's that. What is that? What does this bed make you do? What's this giving you the vibe?
Definitely like head bob.
You know what it reminds me of? There's this video on Instagram of this kid who plays like this music with his pencil on the desk. He's so talented.
Where do you find this stuff?
Oh man, I'm a doom scroller. Not anymore though, because it's really bad out there now.
Oh, I can't. It's not.
Like, we're in trouble. I don't think it's gonna work out for us.
You don't think it's gonna work out?
I don't think it's gonna work out for us. I am a betting man. So if you said, do you think that we come out on top of being all right as a country, as who we are, I'd probably bet against us.
As a world, as a people.
Yeah, world.
We're all just cooked.
I think we're all.
It's over.
See, this is why we got to be millionaires. This is why we got to be Anthony Davis, who makes $43 million a year, because none of this stuff matters, right? Like, he's got money in the bank. If stuff goes sideways, get on a boat, see ya.
It's already gone sideways for me.
Do you know,
for all of us?
You know,
it's
like
already off the
what's that horror movie where they got to be quiet, they can't say anything?
A Quiet Place?
Yeah, Quiet Place. There you go.
Starring John Krasinski and Emily Blunt.
Emily Blunt, strong. Yeah, but see,
strong.
She's
a great actress.
Those animals, those aliens, whatever those things are, those demons, they can't get across the water. They did eventually because of the boat.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So that's
man. You know, you're a Quiet Place lore.
Well, Walking Dead. You were Walking Dead was the same thing. Like, these zombies can't get you in the ocean. Get in your boat. See ya.
Race. The thing in this scenario is we're already the zombies. We're already cooked.
That's deep.
We're already cooked, brother.
That's deep.
There's no way out of this one for us. We're the zombies.
Jeez. I feel like a zombie. It's only Wednesday. Super Bowl.
Oh, I hate Super Bowl weeks. They're fun and I'm having fun, but good Lord, it takes forever.
Yeah.
I just want to get to the game.
Just
give me football.
Get to the game.
No dodgeball or drills or I don't know, whatever the heck they did during the Pro Bowl.
It's not. Yeah, it's.
Just give me football.
Put a bullet in that weekend.
But then because the thing about the Super Bowl is too, and I know we had like this huge trade that happened in the NBA, so we talk about it, but it still feels like it halts all other sports happening right now for 2 weeks because there is nothing that is going to happen in sports that is bigger than this game. This is the biggest game in all of sports, especially in this country. And so it halts everything for 2 weeks. So anytime I hear Sixers news, I don't want to hear it. If it's not about the Eagles, I don't want to hear it. Or if it's not about the Chiefs, I don't want to hear it. So just all other sports just have to stop for this one thing that's happening. And it just goes on forever. Get it over with. Why do we need 2 weeks?
Yes, because you got to get healthy.
Do you have to?
Yes.
You play every other game a week after.
No,
do the AFC and NFC championships have to be 2 weeks? Do we need a rest? Do we need a bye week in between those?
I'm okay with giving them 2 weeks.
I hate it.
Play
ball. Line up and play ball. It's February 9th, Brace. February 9th, I think we already had a parade when the Eagles won the Super Bowl. It was already done. Everything was over. We were in the off season. And yet now we have to wait. February 9th for the last game of the season to be played.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Well, look, I think from the standpoint of the Eagles, with the health issues on the offensive line, it's a good thing, right? Giving these guys as much time to get healthy, it's a good thing. So there's no complaints with that. But I do understand your opinion, your frustration with how long it is taking to get to the game.
At least somebody understands me. Thank you, Bryce.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Daily Ticket rolling on here. Coming up at 6 o'clock, you have more John Jansen yelling about whatever is on his mind.
I'm very yelly today.
Oh, I did. I was like, wait a minute. I just went to my email and I was like, wow, is Eat Clean Bro listening to us? I did sign up for their email blast. So I am subscribed.
Are they listening though?
Well, everybody's listening. Again,
of course.
We're cooked.
Yeah, of course.
They're all listening. They got our numbers. They got our social security numbers. They got our pensions. They got our medic. They got everything, Jansen. They got everything.
They got everything?
I'm kind of just joking because it's so all out of whack at this point in time, but we'll see where it goes. All right, let's keep it moving. Let's get it back over to the NFL Super Bowl once again, coming your way here on a Sunday. I hit some of the cross-sport wagers as far as DraftKings, what they're offering here, and there are some good ones. Tyrese Maxey, of course, the 76ers are featured in a few of them because of Philadelphia being in the Super Bowl. Tyrese Maxey and the Philadelphia Eagles total points. Now, Maxey's been a madman. He's been a menace on the hardwood there, Jansen, scoring 30 plus. He hasn't scored under 28 points since back in January 6th, I believe. January 6th is the last time Tyrese Maxey was held under 28 points. All right.
And
yeah, think about that.
January 6th.
Yeah.
Nice. Motivating factor, I guess.
I think so too.
Nice.
Now, Philadelphia Eagles. How many points are the Eagles scoring?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Is it?
I think close to 30, like 27, 28.
Their season average was 27.2, I believe.
That's what I would say. I'd say they stay around there.
How many is Maxey giving you versus the Milwaukee Bucks at 2 o'clock on February
40.
9th? You think he's going for 40?
Yeah, no Embiid. Maxey's going for 40.
Well, if you can get 40 out of how do you know Embiid?
No, I have no idea. I mean, that's a pretty good educated guess, I'd say.
64.
I say the odds are in my favor that Embiid might not be playing that game.
Well, let's put it this way. Over 49.5 between the two is minus 120. Over 54.5 is plus 140. That's a slam dunk. Over 59.5 is 2-1. Is that worth a sniff? And
that one may be getting a little too high. But what was the other one? 54?
Yeah, 54.5 at plus 140. So you need 55 total points between Maxey and the Philadelphia Eagles.
I'll take that all day.
Yeah, me too.
I actually love that. I might actually take that bet.
That's at DraftKings. Use Brace as a promo code.
We'll see.
Let them know that you're listening to us right here on The Gambler. All right. Also, you got Dallas Goedert featured. Do we expect Dallas Goedert to be a main attraction for Jalen Hurts in the Super Bowl as he was for the NFC Championship game?
So I hate to say a main attraction. He is going to be involved. I think he has been involved all playoff long. He will get a significant role in the offense. I just don't know how prominent, if it's going to be more prominent like AJ or Saquon. But Dallas Goedert will get plenty of targets, and he will get plenty of production. He has all playoffs long. He's been great in the playoffs.
Yeah, so Goddard right now is who will have more, Dallas Goedert receptions or Maxey threes. Now, in that game, Maxey just played the Bucks a few weeks ago. Now, Joel Embiid, he shot 15 three-pointers, I think, and made 6 of them. Or 6 for 15, I want to say. Something like that. And then Dallas Goedert, I would expect, in the previous game, that was like, his max. And he had 6 catches on 8 targets in the NFC Championship.
I think it's fair to stay around that. I'd say 4 to 6 is a fair number to stay around.
So Dallas Goedert's minus 130 to lead the charge. In that market, Maxey is plus 155 for threes made.
Give me Maxey.
You were going to go Maxey over Goedert receptions.
I'll go Maxey.
At plus 155, I'm not. I'm going Dallas.
Maxey's going 6 for 15.
We're all Maxied up. Tyrese Maxey. Was that a good?
It's almost, well, think of it this way. Dallas Goedert's going to have how many targets? And Maxey's going to shoot how many threes? And I get the percentage of targets to receptions is probably a lot higher than 3. But still, Maxey is shooting a lot better now. So you're going to give me the guy that's shooting a lot more threes and the guy that's going to get a lot more receptions or targets? I'd take that number plus 155. I'd take that.
Okay. I don't hate it, but I'm not in agreement either, though. That's the issue.
Well, you're just wrong.
Yeah, see, I think Goddard would be the play.
Yeah, you're definitely wrong.
Do I do a good McGinnis? Tyrese Maxey for 3. Yes. Do I do a good McGinnis?
Not over the top enough.
Maxey has the ball on the right side. 9 to shoot. Yabu gets it down to Joel. He gets it. He banks it down low, right it in.
He banks it down low, right it in.
I think the only thing you're missing is you got to complain about officiating a lot more.
What was that? Maxey.
Maxey has the ball on the right side. 9 to shoot. Yabu gets it down to
Yabu.
Joel. He gets it. He banks it down low,
He
right
banks
it
it
in.
down low, right it in. How tough.
McGinnis is good. He complains about officiating.
He does the game by himself.
I know. It's good. He's good.
Did I ever tell you the time
He's good.
he big timed me? Did I ever tell you that story?
No, I don't think he did.
Yes, I have. That's up there with my hand being injured. The AI.
Okay.
It was an
I don't
AI
know if I heard
deal.
it. I guess it's not a memorable one.
No, well, and it's like
I remember your finger story.
Yeah, it was it will always stick with me when we talk about him because how
You're still a little hurt.
He was smug. His look was so smug. He's like, I don't know. And he walked away. Like I was like, okay. I was standing at the corner waiting. It was a retirement deal at Mitchell & Ness for AI. And shocking, but AI was late. So we're all standing around and I'm like, all right, I worked the room. So I come back, I'm over by the entrance and then McGinnis walks in. And at the time I'm working for the radio station. I even produced like a game or two, whatever. He don't know who I am, but whatever. So I make small talk with him for like good 60 seconds. And like, he's still standing there. He's surveying the room. And I said, small talk. I'm like, what do you think? You think AI is coming or what? And he looked over at me. And he was like, I don't know. And he walked away. Like he was so smug about that. I was like, wow.
What a dumb question.
I didn't mean to like offend you by asking if AI is coming. It was just small talk there, Chief. I just wanted to keep
That's a heavy question.
the party going.
Yeah, I don't know. McGinnis is good.
He is good.
But for the love of God, that guy loves to
Oh, let me tell you about these officials.
Even, I hate to say, Sixers TV. Can we tone it down a bit on officiating? Why does I get officiating's bad? Why does everybody have to complain about it every second of the day?
Officiating has always been bad, right?
It's always been bad.
It's always been the same consistently bad. I'm with you. Like I'm so with you. And then this whole point about the Chiefs.
I'm so over it.
Oh my goodness. And I saw an article today from Crossing Broad and Kevin was pumping it like, yeah, look at this and versus the Chiefs and the Chiefs, what they've gotten away with this year. And I'm just like, you can't look at that out of context, right? Like a game is a game. There's a flow to a game. Like I guess it's so egregious that maybe you should be looking at it.
I don't
in a
think it's that
different manner.
egregious.
Well, it was.
I don't think it's that egregious. I think some of these things are penalties, but people just don't want the Chiefs to win. So every penalty is magnified by 10 times more than any other play in the NFL.
Yeah, I'm over the official talk. I'm not an official guy.
I can't do it because the Eagles game was happening like that. The Eagles Washington game where the Eagles maybe got a call or two or something was happening. They were complaining about holds and the Saquon, the roughing, the unnecessary roughness against him, and everybody's going crazy. Shut up.
Yep.
I don't care. The Eagles are going to win that game. I don't care. What does complaining about officiating do? I get hold them accountable, something like that. I get it. Complain a little bit, do something, but every single play there's a complaint about officiating, or every single game there's got to be an officiating thing. I don't care if the Eagles fans do this again and like officiating becomes a big part of if the Eagles lose. I don't think they're going to lose, but if they lose and officiating becomes a big part of, oh well, that's why the Eagles lost. I'm done. Like I can't do it. I'm done with Eagles fans. I can't do it. I'm not doing this again. I'm not doing this
I
again.
think you just need to log off.
I can't do this again. If they lose again, they lose. That's it.
I think you just need to
It's not officiating. It's not the turf. It's not anything. If they lose, they just lose.
Well,
that's it.
Yeah, and the turf is a tough one to swallow because it was.
It's a tough one for every single person involved to swallow because that was the product you put on the field that day, and that was a terrible product.
Yeah.
That was awful. You can't have something.
And
like
it
that
did
happen.
have more of an effect on the Eagles than the Kansas City Chiefs.
I'm not conceding. Maybe. So if the field's perfect, the Eagles win that game for sure. You're 100%. The Eagles win that game.
I think
no doubt about it. There's nothing that could have happened.
One of the greatest defensive fronts as far as getting after the quarterback, sacking the quarterback, in the season that they had, and then all of a sudden they can't do it against Mahomes. I think that helped.
A lot of teams couldn't do it against Mahomes.
Yeah, but this was a great.
And the Eagles were getting close. It's not like they weren't.
Correct.
They were getting
slipping
close.
all over the
It's not that they were slipping. It's Mahomes kept getting rid of the ball. Mahomes kept getting away from them.
Well, stop
because Mahomes is really good at doing that. Mahomes actually happens to be the best at doing that.
Yeah, that's fair.
So what is it? The sod father, or is it this generational talent doing the thing that he did the entire time leading up to that game? I can't do these things.
It's a good one. It's a good one. All right, we haven't even really discussed anything as far as the 76ers are concerned as we're coming down the home stretch here on a daily ticket. Back in action tonight, taking on the Miami Heat.
What's going on there?
Both franchises are in disarray.
So what player isn't rumored to go to the Warriors? Because now I see Jimmy Butler rumored to go to the Warriors.
Well,
whatever. I've heard KD.
Joel Embiid
LeBron
out for tonight. No.
Is Joel Embiid going to go to the new or whatever who are we talking about?
What, Embiid?
Yeah, is Embiid going to go to the Warriors? Is he going to go there?
Are you talking Butler? No, Butler. Well, look, there doesn't seem like anybody.
Everybody
wants
got
Jimmy
rumored
Butler
to go to the Warriors, so why not Embiid? Paul George, do you want to be a Golden State Warrior?
Trade deadlines tomorrow. We're gonna have Sam Ostry in the house tomorrow. It's gonna be a great show. The 76ers have been aggressive so far, getting underneath the salary cap tax, or the luxury cap tax, excuse me, and then. Again, I don't think that people were too much of a fan of that move today from the standpoint of giving up those 2 second rounders. But who knows what could be happening tomorrow with the deadline. Deadlines get deals done. And some people are saying that there's a chance Durant moves. If Durant moves to whoever, that team automatically becomes a contender because he's probably going to go to a team that's got a chance already. You add that piece. That's incredible. He already waved off that said that he's not going back to the Golden State Warriors. So no Warriors destination for Kevin Durant, but I do expect it to be a little bit aggressive tomorrow. Active a trade deadline. So we'll see how that one plays out. Again, Joel Embiid, no action tonight for Mr. Embiid. The Miami Heat are now a point favorite on DraftKings Sportsbook. 7:40 tip, game being played in Philly at the Wells Fargo Center. How well about that, sports fans? All right, daily ticket coming down the home stretch. One more to go, and then Jansen's taking over at 6 p.m., 7 o'clock. Tansy and Luke Arcani. More after this.
See DallasStillSucks.com for details.
Gary Barbera Jeeps are super cheap during Super Cheap Jeeps Week. Hello. Right, Superbirds Coach Nick? Boy, I guess. Jeeps cheap. Gary Barbera's making the Big Easy Big Game Playoff payoff. Jeep Grand Cherokees. Yo! 16,666. And that's why Super Coach Nick picks Barbera.
This is Coach Sirianni. Is Barbera the best?
Boy, I guess. Or drive a super discounted Barbera Ram like our man Brandon Graham.
Boy, I guess.
Barbera's got Big Easy credit.
Philadelphia's credit connection.
And super cheap Jeep Grand Cherokees.
From a crazy 16,666.
Tell him, Superbirds Coach Nick.
Barbera the best? Boy, I guess.
Jeep Grand Cherokee 16,666. Well qualified
Hello,
clients.
yeah.
DallasStillSucks.com.
Barbera! Gary Barbera's super goal to stay in control of the most Jeep sold.
16,666.
Boom shakalaka.
Jeeps cheap.
Super cheap.
Is Barbera the best?
Hang on, you tell him, Brandon Graham.
Boy, I guess.
Go Birds! I know, yeah. DallasStillSucks.com.
Monster BTK, the latest installment of the critically acclaimed Monster franchise, exposes the chilling story of one of America's most infamous cases that shook Wichita, Kansas to its core.
When people said BTK, you think of a wild-eyed Manson-like character. What we didn't understand is he was the guy next door.
Listen to Monster BTK on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Monster BTK to start listening.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to end your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other IRS actions. Make sure you're getting the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima today for a free confidential consultation.
Call 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
At the American Lung Association, we're fighting for a day when we can all breathe easier. We're fighting for clear skies over every city and healthy lungs throughout the country. We're fighting to free millions of Americans from the addictive grip of tobacco and the devastating effects of lung disease. The American Lung Association isn't just fighting for air, we're fighting for all the things that make it worth breathing, and we can use your help. See what you can do at fightingforair.org.
I'm 6 ABC Action News meteorologist Brittany Boyer with your latest forecast. We are tracking a messy winter storm that arrives late tonight. The cold air is locked in, temperatures overnight in the 20s to around 30 degrees. And as precipitation moves in, we'll first see a period of snow showers before changing into sleet and freezing rain. Be prepared for a very slow Thursday morning commute. And eventually temperatures will start to rise throughout the day on Thursday, transitioning any precipitation into rain and highs in the low 40s.
This report is sponsored by eBay. We all got a thing. Yes, even you. If you love fashion, car parts, trading cards, whatever you're into, it's on eBay. So go find the thing that keeps you up at night. eBay. Things people love.
Coming up next, 6 p.m., John Jansen riding Dolo. He'll be joined by Jeff Parles. Finish the story 59, Jansen. Write that down. Don't forget it. Yeah.
Okay.
This is my Home Depot.
I already forgot it. The Home Depot ones.
Going down for a special on these
No,
drills.
come on. You can definitely hear the Chevy Silverado.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. This is a car commercial.
Built
man.
Ford tough.
Yeah.
That's so good.
So
Duval.
Hey, a little throwback there. All right. And then 7 o'clock, we hand things off to Tansy and Luke Arcaney. Coming down the home stretch here. And again, the Sixers back in action tonight. I did see ticket prices are pretty cheap if you want to go. How much are you willing to spend to get inside the building tonight? for the 76ers and the
At
Miami.
least we're not doing how much I'm able to spend, just how much I'm willing.
Let's pull up Tick Pick.
This is a hypothetical scenario.
Let's pull up Tick Pick.
This isn't a real scenario.
Tick Pick is what you want to use, just so you know, too. That are buying tickets to.
But just to clarify, willing.
Excuse me? Yeah.
Hypothetical.
All right.
Like a hypothetical bank account I had.
All right. So 76ers and the Heat tonight on Tick Pick. Check them out online at tickpick.com. Tickpick.com. What do you think the lowest price is to get you in the building?
600.
What the lowest?
1,000?
John, What are you talking about?
The lowest?
Sixers tonight.
Oh, Sixers. I thought you said the Super Bowl.
Dumb.
No.
Pay attention.
I thought you were talking about the Super Bowl. I'm
No.
sorry. Why are we back at basketball?
$5.
Hey, I was about to say 5, 4, 5
grief. Yes, $5 would get you in the building tonight
for the Super Bowl.
You can get good seats. What about good seats right here? $1. I'm not spending that to watch.
What about courtside?
Nothing available. No.
Anything close to courtside?
Best deal. Yeah, let me get you.
What's the most expensive ticket I can get there?
Well, that's what I'm trying to find.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, courtside. There you go. They got that little section there too. Let's see if we got anything courtside here. Oh, nothing courtside. Ooh, VIP and add-ons. That's always a phone. You ever get a VIP add-on ticket? It's unlimited booze, unlimited food.
I probably don't need that.
First 3 rows in the section. Anything home there? What's going on? I thought we'd have like a few things available, but apparently not.
This is a hot ticket?
No, it's not a hot ticket. Believe me, you can get in the building for $5. There's nothing hot about that. I just got a bunch of stuff clicked right now, and that's the issue. It's like, all right, you're throwing us for a loop, Brace.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Well, first of all, Tick Pick is a damn good deal. $31 gets you in the corner. That's a good seat. $31. Club box right now.
You get some really cheap tickets.
Yeah, club box.
You want to go?
No, I
There we go.
What?
I found a $3,000 ticket.
$3,000 ticket.
Yeah,
nice.
East floor.
No. Yeah, I wouldn't spend $3,000 on a ticket that featured LeBron James and Joel Embiid playing at that. Look, to get into Super Bowl, how much you think is that? Those tickets are going.
That's what I was. It's got maybe 600 to get in.
They said they were falling fast. I did read an article earlier today that said that the tickets were falling fast.
Why are they falling? Does nobody want to go?
Well, it's early, and that's the issue, right? It's early, so you jack the prices up early, get the suckers to buy, and then as it gets a little closer, you got to bring it down because everyone's waiting. Especially now, I hear so many people just say, dude, if I'm going to a sporting event, I don't buy tickets till the day of and wait till as close as I can till
yeah, I figured I was going to be way off. It's still going to cost
over $3,000.
Over $1,000, yeah.
Over $1,000.
Over $2,000.
Sheesh. Yeah, no doubt about that.
3,300's the lowest ticket in section 631.
And I was at the Superdome once to watch a game for the Eagles, and you are all the way up, dude. All the way up.
They call it the Superdome for a reason.
Right now, you can go 640, section 640. That is all the way up, $5,200. Sheesh. Lordy. That's a lot of money. All right. Fun show today. Gonna take us out with this.
Gosh, these prices. 45-person suite, $852,000. 400 level suite. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Taylor Swift. That's where she'd be sitting.
Can she afford that? Yeah, I'm kidding. I know.
Tay-Tay. All right, Jansen, you're coming up next. You ready to go for another hour?
I think so.
You also have Villanova basketball tonight. How about that?
I'm going to need another one of these monsters.
Yeah. Catch John Jansen back at the studio.
Jansen in the studio.
Ryan Fannin, Whitey Rigsby on the call. Villanova. Can they get back on the winning side of things on the road against DePaul? 8:30 pregame. Tipping off right here on your home for Villanova basketball. The Gambler. Tomorrow, Sam Oster is going to join me. We're going to have a busy, busy day. All things Super Bowl 59 getting closer, and the NBA trade deadline. I think it's at 4 o'clock, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll cover anything and everything 76ers and the association that continues to give on a daily basis. Friday, we're live from Yards at 3 p.m. Come on out, 3 to 6 p.m. Yards Brewing Company down there on Spring Garden Street. Saturday, live programming throughout the course of the day, and Sunday, pregame show live from New Orleans. What time are we going live at with Quimby?
TBD.
It's always TBD with him. God bless that man, though. He's on his way tomorrow with a big gang of folks. Green Legion. Nobody does it like the Green Legion crew. That will do it for me. I'll be back tomorrow, as I said, with Sam Ostry, John Jansen. Finish the story 59 is next. Tansy and Luke at 7. I'll talk to you. Peace.
Big game and even bigger bets.
Saquon Barkley.
You're listening to the Daily Ticket with Sean Brace.
49.5 is what we're hanging at this point in time as far as the total is concerned. Still holding at 1.5 from the Chiefs. A lot of Chiefs money coming in, not a lot of money coming on the Birds. And I think a lot of people out there are making it real easy. Don't bet against Mahomes. It's good words to live by. Understood. Never betting against Mahomes is a great way to go into any given Sunday, right? Whether it's Super Bowl, especially in the playoffs.
All things Big Game 59 right here on The Gambler. Fox Sports Radio, The Gambler. Now, total traffic for Philadelphia.
Eastbound side, just getting word of a crash between the Schuylkill and the Parkway. Westbound Schuylkill, Jan, University to Vine, and City to Belmont. Further west, heavy Blue Route to 202. Eastbound Schuylkill, slow 202 to Gulf Mills, Jan, Blue Route to Belmont, and Montgomery Drive to South. 95 northbound heavy across Gerard Point Bridge, then backed up Gerard to Bridge Street. Southbound heavy Copman to Bridge. Delays on the Blue Route southbound Broomall to Media Swarthmore. Laura Tutela, total traffic.
This report is